about being in the military was Judge Bush started something, and it took a life of its own. The military industrial complex had a lot of power, and they were looking for an opportunity to get rid of all the soldiers that could think for themselves, right? They were looking for opportunity. They tried with first saying that all the soldiers were rapists and sexual assaulters, and how the military had this sexual assault atmosphere. I'm gonna tell you right now, the military does not have a sexual assault atmosphere. What it has is a false allegation culture, right? Because it's very easy to get in trouble in the military. Like, you show up late, I'm writing you up. I tell you to do something, you don't do it, I'm writing you up. I tell you to do push-ups, you don't want to do push-ups, I'm writing you up. Right? I could take your rank, I could take your stuff. So a lot of the female soldiers, they know that if they make a sexual allegation, all that shit gets thrown under the rug because you can't retaliate against them. And them females have been using that shit to their advantage. Anytime they're about to get in trouble, I promise you there's going to be a sharp complaint.
Well, I am a federal employee, and I have filed two sexual harassment claims against two African American females that I work with, and I've been suspended. They've garnished my wages. I'm in the process of being terminated, but I'm also in the process of filing a federal lawsuit against the agency that I work for, as well as filing a whistleblower claim, because I have been fucked around not only in this agency but in the U.S. Army through African American women who have prosecuted me, and caused me all kinds of problems merely for existing and not even questioning them. So, I push back against radical feminists who want to take their anger out on me. I've been a victim of radical feminists, and now I document and I report and I sue. And I don't care about the repercussions because I am sick. I am sick of these fucking bitches. And that's exactly what they are. They are obnoxious, low-educated, ignorant cunt bitches. And I'm sick of them. And they're running this country, and they're running the agencies, they're running the military, they're running everything.
Right, bitches? I told my homeboy, right?
Hello, Kamala.
He was having a hard time getting a job. And he's like, my resume is good. I got everything. I'm not understanding why nobody's giving me a call back. So I told him, go ahead and throw some pronouns on there. He's hired now.
That's funny. Actually, I should beta test, literally alpha test, beta test, like Hinge accounts and Bumble accounts where you use pronouns and you declare that you're a liberal and that your major issues are abortion, BLM, LGBTQ, DEI, CRT, LGBTQ, and see how that plays out in terms of attracting a woman, because it's possible that women are so demented now that if you present as a beta baby boy, you're actually more attractive than an alpha conservative who, so it would be an interesting test.
On the military tip, though, they put out a lot of the senior NCOs and senior officers, the ones that have all of the experience in battle, right? And the ones who are steadfast. Because all the ones that are left there right now are the ones that rolled over, bro. The ones that was like, yes, master, I'll take the vaccine, right? The ones who stood up, they're out. And now they're realizing that all the good NCOs are the ones that left, and the ones they got now are the trash NCOs. That's why the military ain't getting no recruiting. They can't. As a matter of fact, the majority of the new NCOs are females. They can't train no male soldiers.
So
they barely do the PT test themselves.
Then the whole military is a paper tiger, and the U.S. just deployed a anti-ballistic missile system to Israel. That's a very specific military unit deploying from Guam, which protects the west of the United States. Now we lost that weapon system protecting us in the west. We've given it to the east, aka Israel. And, that's a micro deployment. But listen, we could be still in the most dangerous time in American history leading up to this election, because a major war could and possibly can break out, prior to this election, and I think it favors Trump. And never underestimate, because even when Trump got assassinated the first time and they took off the tip of his ear, 3 days later they were showing photos of his miraculously healed ear. And my first thought was, oh my God, this was a WWE event, and that whole thing is staged, and Trump is a political genius. That's my thinking. But I know that that's not true. I know that Michael Crooks is a criminal piece of shit, and he's an LGBTQ fucking trans psychopath, and he's a liberal whack job, most likely controlled by national intelligence services or international intelligence services, and he was a bona fide assassin. The second one is also a bona fide lunatic and assassin, and there's been many other attempts. In Chicago, Kim Foxx released an assassin at Trump Tower who was heavily armed. They're going to try to kill Donald Trump. And I can assure you that it's possible, very possible, that Trump has people in his corner who may cause World War III prior to the election to sway the voters on November 5th. That's my opinion.
Hey, there was somebody that got killed in that rally. There was a guy who got shot and died. I think whenever Trump do rallies, he be having like a firefighter outfit to represent that guy that took the bullet for him. So if there's anybody that's doubting that it happened, they should go speak to that guy's family and tell them that it was all staged.
Yeah, their families, they're not standing behind that. Ain't nobody gonna take their lives so their family can live wealthy or get paid off. You bugging? And he was young. He really died, dude.
No. I was creating conspiracy theories prior to me knowing that poor firefighter got hit by the bullet and 2 other people got shot. I thought.
I know you're creating conspiracies.
No, I'm not. I listen. That was everything that Purnell just said. Everything is the way it is. I'm just presenting to you a worst case black swan scenario that hasn't emerged yet. And how many more days till we choose the next commander in chief?
I don't know, but this loud is hitting.
See, that's what happens on this app when you smoke weed and drink, and you are technically networking. When you let me speak, I'm speaking for you. And if you agree with what I'm saying, you don't interrupt me because you like what I'm saying.
Personally, I'm smoking.
Jonathan, even Jonathan is here. What's going on?
Jonathan's here? Who, from the other room?
Yeah, I don't know if you see him now.
I don't see him.
Yeah, he was here. He leave. I know he's a man where have been people in big old room. He probably saw the topic, but he said, I'm going to go away then.
Vote blue no matter who. This is the way of 10 and the TDS brain.
Tell us, Jonathan, because see the brother named Love. Love is a madman, brother.
No, you are a madman, sir. You're a liar, and you think that fucking Trump is a liar because you're a liar, and you have no spirit of God in your soul. You're a criminal, and you're a propagandizer, and you're a misinformationist. And everyone should be careful about you because you're a dangerous liar. You are a liar, and we will never welcome your kind in America. You lying Jamaican snake in the grass. Go back to Bob Marley land and go back to Bobby land. You liar. Go back to Bobby land, liar.
The man love me, dog. The man love me, yo.
That's funny.
Yo, don't worry about him, dog. Yo, hey, when I go to their room, they miss.
Barack Hussein Obama is the truth teller. Kamala Harris, she is a truth teller. And Donald Trump is a liar.
Seamus?
Barack Hussein.
Seamus?
Barry Sorotoro is what we call him on the island. And Kamala, because I am a Jamaican, and Kamala is a Jamaican, I've got to support my love, my woman. She is the queen of my land. She is my patriarch. Don't you talk bad about my Kamala, you liar.
Love, you need to.
Liar! Liar!
Weed is not your friend, brother.
Listen, Ten, you are not my friend. You are a fucking moron.
I am your friend. I am your friend. My Bible tells me.
Don't lie to me. I've heard you on this app long enough to know what you are. You're a liar. A liar.
Except love.
Listen, peace and love to the room. I do find you funny, but I also think you're a moron.
Man, he just came in here choosing violence, man.
Have you not been in a room with 10? This is the most... This motherfucker talks like a snake. I would talk like a snake if I have to, brother. You know, he whispers. You know, people who communicate in whispers, they're fucking morons. The guy has TDS to the extreme. He's TDS 10. That's my new nickname for him. TDS 10.
I'm the one voting for Trump. You are the one voting for Trump. You're the one that's deranged.
I know, because you're a liar. And Kamala is a liar.
You are the one. I'm telling you. You guys putting derangement on us. Is you deranged?
I like that reversal of projection, but it's not going to work on me, 10. You're too smart for your own good, you liar.
Is a dictator a fascist?
Kamala is a fascist and you're a liar.
Trump
You
is
do know they said the
anti-American.
same thing about FDR, right? They call FDR a fascist. You do know that. He was considered...
He was a fascist. He was a social security recipient fascist.
No. Listen.
He was considered a fascist back in the day. Like they
No, he was not considered a
no, he
fascist.
was because it was either this way or no way.
You know,
He actually lied.
No, 10 only knows the truth. 10, you're a liar. Get your fact book out. Get your fact book out, liar. It's your opinion, liar. Liar. Get your fact book out. Where's your fact book, you liar?
Look, why are you shouting, man? Where are you? In your
Because that's how you talk to everyone all the time. You're a liar.
Are you in your bathroom? You're locked away from all the people.
My neighbors hate me, but they hate you worse. You're a liar.
This dude sounds like he's from Ireland. It's like some crazy.
I was thinking that too. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Do sound like he's from
Jamaican
Ireland.
accent. Like it's all jacked up.
How does a Jamaican man get a British and an Irish accent? 10 is a liar. He's not even from Jamaica.
Irish people in Jamaica, so you know.
The only person
Some of
that's a
Kamala's
liar.
ancestors are Irish, right? So there you go.
Yeah, my ancestors are from Ghana. Where that about? Yo, listen, brother. Let me tell you something, dog. Let me tell you something. Trump. I told people, black men are the number one target of misinformation and disinformation. That is a fact of the matter.
And that's why you're repeating the spreading of lies. You're a liar and a misinformationist and a propagandist and a liar.
10,
Divide and conquer, brother.
10. I have to reject that. And I'm not a Trump supporter, man, but there's a lot of brothers.
No,
out there.
it's just true. This is a research that was done.
10.
You are the number
There are
one
some very
target of
astute brothers.
misinformation and
Yes, but you're implying that somehow they're falling for the okie doke. And I'm telling you this.
They are falling for the okie doke.
They're not.
Yo, you
Some
put
very astute brothers who have some really
Hold on, I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna prove it.
why they're not.
I'm gonna prove it.
why they
Hold
support
on. I'm gonna prove it.
Like, don't, I
Did
can go down the
Donald
list,
Trump?
bro.
I'm gonna prove it. Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election? Yes or no?
Yes, he did.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. You're in the right ballpark. But do you believe that? For sure, 100%.
Yeah, I'm not a Trump supporter. Okay, but I will say this: I don't think Kamala Harris represents the things that I want, and I said this in the other room. I'm not going to go down this whole list of identity politics and all. She does not represent everything that I'm about, and there's a lot of brothers out here who feel the same way. And one of the things that's remarkable to me is I just watched an interview last night where Clyburn was on CNN, and he told people, he said this, I couldn't believe he said it. He actually said, I don't want to hear your thoughts on it. Tell me what you feel about Trump. And I'm going, what does that have to do with feel? You're asking us to suspend our thoughts and talk about feelings? Nah, man. What, Jedi? Come on, man. What's next,
It's a
man?
feeling.
Use the force
You
to
guys-
reach the moon? Come on.
You guys are supporting Trump
You have to think.
emotion.
It's not emotional. You're hearing legitimate reasons for people why
99% of black men are voting for Trump, and you're a liar, Ten. A liar!
Hold on, look. You talk too much to the brother. Yo, listen.
I'm interrupting your spreading of lies and propaganda. Liar!
Why don't you like Kamala, brother? Why? Tell me policy-wise what's going on with her. Go ahead.
Second Amendment, that's the first thing.
Second Amendment, she's a gun owner, brother. She's a gun owner.
She's a gun owner.
Take your gun. That is misinformation.
That is not misinformation. The Democratic Party
She does
has
not want to take your guns. The Democratic Party does not want to take your guns. They want to buy weapons of war. Weapons of war do not belong on our streets. Assault weapons do not belong on our streets. That's it.
Look, I'm not asking for a nuke.
That's it, Doc.
Tell me what sort of weapon it is I can own. And
What do you mean? Okay,
all firearms are considered assault weapons.
If you, all right.
Come on, Ted.
If
So
you could get
beyond
your
that,
Okay.
beyond
Why
that,
don't it? Okay. I want to own a nuclear bomb. I want to own a nuclear bomb.
That's
I
not
want one in my backyard.
that's not
Should
possible.
I get it?
That's not possible, Ten. And no,
What are you talking
we should
about?
not have a
What are
nuclear
you talking
weapon
about?
because
Of course,
Okay.
it's an arm. It says right to bear arms. Yo, Doc.
let's not
It says
suspend
right,
reality, man. We're not
right
not
to
trying
bear arms.
We have
right
to stick
to
to
your
reality, man. Let's stick to reality,
arm.
Ten.
The
I am
Second
Second
Amendment
Amendment
is
God.
right to bear
On top of
arms.
that, I'll say it. I'm
Right
not,
to
I am
bear
not-
arms.
I
I want
am
a
not
nuclear
pro-lifer.
bomb, Doc.
However, I do not think
I
that
want
this
a grenade.
wholesale
I want a
abortion-
surface to ear missile launcher. I want one. Why can't I have one? Okay, listen.
Come on, man.
I want
Let's
listen.
go back to reality.
Hold on. I would like
Back to reality.
I would like to blow a couple birds out of the sky with my ground to ear missile launcher.
And let's come back to reality. And by the way,
No, those are arms.
Okay,
I love
so there are
Hold
people
on.
who own airplanes that do have operating weapons on them. Does that mean that they should not be allowed to? Like, what? Come on, man.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna go out here and buy a goddamn
Listen.
Come on, man.
During 4th of July, why can't I launch a couple of surface to ear missiles? Why can't I do that? I want to launch a couple of surface to ear missiles.
Listen. So you're starting to do the nuttiness that the flat earthers do, man. Let's stick to
Yo,
reality.
I'm
Let's stick to
telling
reality.
you.
No, because you're going off.
It's an arm.
You're jumping off a cliff.
Okay, what is the Second Amendment? You don't know your Second Amendment.
I don't.
What is your Second Amendment?
My Second Amendment right tells me.
What does it read? What's it read? What's it read? Verbatim. Go ahead. What does it read?
What?
What does it read? What does it say?
You want me to read it verbatim?
Yes, go ahead.
I put commas in there too. Hold on a second.
Yeah, go ahead. Pull it up and read it to me. And tell me where in there it stops me from owning a red eye. You know what a red eye is? Well, I want to shoot down some blood-clean plane.
But wait,
Because the enemy, hold on a minute.
Absolute free speech in this country.
Laser
Let's be
guided
for real.
launch.
You do not have absolute free speech in this
I
country.
want to.
However, I do not want people telling me
Listen, I have dreams.
what is it I own.
I have dreams about surface-to-air missile launchers. I do.
There
I
has to
literally
be
do.
there
It would be
has
so
to
cool.
There is obviously a line in the sand. However, that line has been
Yes, the line in the sand is
Well, you're
get
now
rid of the
telling
assault
me
weapons off the street.
Hold on, define an assault weapon. Define an assault weapon. Define.
Yeah, two things. There's one, define that, and then two, like, what range in which are pistols, like, most useful? In what situations are pistols most useful? You can even throw shotguns in there, too, because you're going to leave out this one area that what you call assault weapons, are the most useful, and that's probably, like, more often than not, like, your most common, like, engagement distance.
And most people are only trained at 7 yards for a pistol. 7 yards, man. most people can't fire beyond 7 yards. Okay,
Okay,
you're not
where
talking
is
like
the-
this.
That's kind of far
You know,
too.
got
For a
hit.
pistol, 21 feet. That's kind of far.
But 7 yards, 7 yards. That's the maximum range that most people are going to fire a firearm in defense. That's what they treat.
Why can't I own a surface-to-air missile launcher? Why?
Because you don't. Need, what would you need it for?
What do you mean? I want to shoot down some ducks.
You
that
want
I wake
to,
up.
or
Hold on.
is it providing the protection though?
It does.
From what?
What do you mean? If the military, remember, it's for me to put back against tyranny from a rogue government. So, rogue government is going to have the military launch a couple of, stealth bombers, over my city. I would like to have my stealth bomber with launcher to shoot down those stealth bombers that are coming
You
from
won't be able to hit, bro. How can you hit a stealth bomber? They're stealth. You don't have to hit moves. You can find them.
20,000 kills, 5,000 apiece. Families of each victim.
No. I want to be as protected as possible.
That protection's already offered by the Air Force and the Navy.
No, the Air Force is work for the government. What are you talking about? I want to be able to shoot on F-15s and F-16s. To mobilize the motherfuckers.
But I'm just not realistic. Let's be realistic here, Tim.
No, because it's right to bear arms.
For a person to
It's
actually
right to bear arms. No, it's right to bear arms. Why can't I own a person? Why you need a person to hear? Listen, why do I need it?
Why not go apply for registration?
Why do I need it? Why do I need it?
Go apply.
My
Private
response
corporations build these weapons. Go
My
apply.
response is, in case the government launches F-16s, I want to be able to take out a couple of them before I die.
Go
So,
apply.
I'm going to try to apply for it.
Absolute right to apply for one. Go do it.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Now, why do you have to own an assault? And what exactly? So why
Explain to you
why I have
want
to
to exercise
explain?
my right.
Why you're
Explain to
asking
you why I want to vote.
why
or not vote.
why
Right
I
to
have to
choose.
explain to you?
That's the point.
Why I have to explain to you why I
No
want
reason I can explain to anybody else about what it is I do with my
why
money.
I have
my
to
house.
explain to you why I want a surface-to-air missile launcher.
You don't
Why
have
do
to
I?
explain. I never asked you that. I never asked you to do that.
But no, you're out here.
I
You're
said
saying.
you
But
have
you
a
did
right to
ask,
bear
why
arms.
can't you get one?
You said that, Tim.
Yeah. And like,
No,
my thing is, Tim, like, there's at no point ever gonna be a reason for you to have one unless we get attacked by aliens. Like, being real. Oh, yeah.
Come on now. I want to be able to take out some really, really bad guys.
You want to, but that doesn't mean that you need that ability
Shoot
to
them off in
do
the house
so.
up there.
Like, not to mention, I feel like the potential risks for having a civilian with a surface-to-air missile versus the benefits don't make sense. Whereas having civilians that have the capacity to engage a target up to like a couple hundred meters versus a risk
It
kind
doesn't
of
matter,
also
big man.
beneficial.
It doesn't matter. There is a slither of percentage that the government can launch an attack on its citizens. And a surface-to-air missile launcher will come in handy. It's my right to bear arms. Okay? So I am not
coming in handy. That's why the military has
Why?
them.
Why can't I? Why do I have to justify my missile launcher and he is not allowed to justify his AR-15?
No, he can't justify the AR-15. And I did just justify the AR-15. Because it's more beneficial to your average citizen to be able to engage a target up to a couple hundred meters than it is for your average citizen to be able to shoot something random out of the sky.
Okay, so you're saying that because my missile to air launcher, right, only is applicable in a very small scenarios, right, is the reason why I should not be allowed to own it.
Well, Yeah, there's more potential risks. There's more potential risks.
Right, I'm just saying to you, again, if I have to justify, because I want to be
The
fully
risk
ready,
versus reward.
I want to be fully ready for all scenarios.
You can't
Why
be,
am I
'cause you're
being
just a
chastised?
citizen.
Why am I being chastised for being prepared for all scenarios when he is only prepared for, you know,
Okay, I put it like this.
he's not
What's
prepared.
the most likely scenario it's possible to prepare
He
for?
is not prepared
Answer
for.
this question for me.
Okay,
Answer
say
this
it.
question for me. Which scenario is it more likely possible to prepare for?
Again, that's not the point.
Waiting 10.
No. That's not the point.
10, you not
That's not the point.
That is the point.
The point is,
How much does a surface-to-air missile cost?
there is a.
What are the potential downsides versus the potential upsides of a surface-to-air missile? Kid?
Okay, so Kirko, wait, Ken. So Kirko, I'll come back to you to say this. If the whole point of having the right to bear arms is so that you can protect yourself from the government from coming to take your arms, if they pass a law and they come and take your arms, the whole point of having the guns is to use the guns. So it shouldn't matter what laws are passed because you have the guns to protect yourself from them taking your arms. The whole point of having the guns. No one wants to talk about that. You understand what I'm saying? Like you're saying,
Talk about it, T.
it's like you're saying, hey, don't pass a law to restrict my gun usage because then you're gonna try and come and take it. But you got the guns right now, so use it when they come to take it. What's the problem?
Oh no, but they'll be more powerful if they have surface-to-air missiles.
Right.
10, what are you going to be shooting with a surface-to-air missile, bro?
10. Do you realize in this country people actually kept
terrorists, bro.
large amounts of gunpowder in their homes to fire cannons? Like, people did this. These laws that restrict the Second Amendment are really kind of new, you know? And they really took off in the 1960s to fight one particular group of people, the Black Panthers. So this is not something that the United States has really had an issue with until the 20th century. You know, I mean, this is a really new phenomenon for this country. But back to the point.
Wait,
Why does it
Dark,
matter?
those,
Why do I have to
hold on, time out.
Why I want to know
Dark,
how?
you can't skip over the fact that the guns that you have available from, let's say, 1960s on, in comparison to guns prior to, like, say, 1960s back, like, there is a difference between the guns that were available before and after. In terms of capacity.
That's not the point.
But you have to include that as part of the context.
No,
Right?
I don't.
Someone having a musket 100 years ago wasn't as big of a threat as someone who has an AR-15 with 100 clip mag. You have to agree that those are not the same thing.
I live in a state.
Wait, hold on. Yes or no? Are those the same thing? Yes or no?
I'm about to answer your question.
Okay.
I live in a state and have lived in states in the South where it is illegal for me to carry a knife or a sword, okay? But I can carry a firearm, fully loaded, on my back and on my head. Now tell me why that makes sense.
Okay,
No, that's not what you didn't answer the question. You didn't answer my
He
question.
only wants a question answered with a yes or no.
I asked you
Only yes or no. Answer it the way he wants it. Yes or no.
Dark, is a musket the same as the AR? Yes or no, bro?
What's up with the Irishman?
Yes or no. Only yes or no questions allowed. You will follow my narrative. You will follow the bias in my questions. My name is Ken, and I am a flat earther and Trump denier. He is a liar.
I'm a Trump denier, but not a flat earther. For sure.
Dark, you have to
Not another flat earth room, please, 10. No more flat earth, not denying.
Dark, you have to admit that those are not the same thing.
Arthur,
You say that those are the same thing.
Arthur, what is the difference? Who gives a fuck?
a musket and a rifle is not the same thing as a modern firearm.
Arthur, why should Americans be restricted in 2024?
So, Dark,
Modern firearms
yes.
are not too far removed from rifles that were used in the 1900s. And I will say this very clearly again. You can fire a rifle back then a pretty good distance. Will it go 1 mile? No, it didn't go 1 mile. Okay? But riflemen back then, Marines, etc., will tell you a lot of stories about how back in the day they could easily pluck off commanders in other armies from a nice distance. And we're talking about a couple 100 yards. They could take them. And most people today cannot fire with that accuracy.
How long did it take to reload?
They had the repeating rifle. What you think won the West? How did you think the Americans conquered all the Native Americans living in the West? Through automated weapons, advancement of weapon systems. You're a liar, a liar.
But they did have repeating rifles in the 1800s.
Right. But again, Dark, distance is one factor. Magazine is a second factor. Right? You have to. What?
I could kill you with a 22 better than maybe some people out here with a 308.
That's fine.
Because
but
you know
what
how to
you
use
have
it.
to
A
give
local
context
shot
that
is
those
more
things matter. Those things play a part.
They do matter.
Okay,
I'm not going to say they
so
don't matter.
them having laws today that weren't 100 years ago do make sense because the things today weren't available 100 years ago. So you have to adjust for the times
So why can't people
that
keep
are
worried about
here
that?
today.
Why can't people keep
Why
worried
are we
about
screaming?
black powder in their houses these days? I'm serious. You can easily keep that stuff in your house for a very long time in this country. Why can't you do it today?
A lot of people don't understand firearms, like a Ruger Mini 14 223, which is the 5.56. It's the same thing as a AR-15. It looks like a ranch rifle. It'll fire as fast as you can pull the trigger. They also make a Mini 30, which is a 308 calibered semi-automatic rifle. These guns have been around since the 60s. The main problem that a lot of people that try to regulate guns, they're not smart about it. They're saying, oh, it can't look military or whatever. It doesn't matter. You know, I got a ranch rifle that'll kill you just as deadly as an AR-15, and in fact, you're way more accurate shooting semi-auto than full auto.
I have Steiners that fire steel rounds that can take your head off. They will blow your head off.
But this is where, you know, my view is popular with the gun community.
And those were military rifles, and they still are.
I think that you should be able to carry any weapon. However, it should be regulated like they do with full auto. The way they regulate full auto and silencers, if they did that for all weapons, that would be a huge step towards curbing gun violence. And then more importantly, having a well-regulated militia. In other words, that in order to own a gun, you have to be part of a state community group, because the community, I believe, is the problem. You've got people watching hate TV in their basement with high-powered weapons, and they're being, they're going out and shooting people. If there was a community around it, there could be some policing around it by the community itself. And the Second Amendment, the part that everybody leaves out, at least the people on the right, is well regulated. They always leave that sentence out of it. If you look at the actual intent of the Second Amendment, it was to have a state militia that could protect the elites of the state from the government or enemies, foreign and domestic. That was the intent of the Second Amendment, was to have a state component. And I believe that would solve the problem. If you had to be registered, you had to qualify monthly, you had to show up and be part of a community, I think that would go a long way to curbing the violence that we're seeing right now.
You know what? I don't have a problem with registering firearms. I don't have a problem with that. You have to register to vote. There's certain rights that, you have to, quote unquote, register for. My issue is that Kamala Harris is not a Second Amendment opponent.
Of course
She
she's.
can go around saying that she has a firearm
Of
and
course
blah,
she's
blah,
a firearm.
blah. The Democratic Party, and this is,
Let's go.
let's be clear,
Yo, big man. Yo, father.
Ken,
Hold on.
Ken,
Yo.
the Democratic
This
Party
information,
has
one of the
said,
biggest, one of
the
the
Democratic Party
biggest
stance
is,
has
yo,
always,
no.
They
They
tested
are
with
for,
you're lying, Ken. I have been in this country since
no. This man,
1973.
yo, dog. This is
You're gonna silence me, bro? For real?
Yes, I'm gonna silence you because
For real?
you are spreading misinformation.
No, I'm not.
The
I was here when Bill
The
Clinton was in
Democratic
office.
Party
I remember
never
when
wants to
liberals
take
in New
away
York
your guns.
wanted to get rid of
No
firearms.
Democrat said.
I was
No
here for
Democrat
that, my
said.
friend.
I want all your guns. Give them to me. No, none of them say that. No, they do support. They support gun buyback programs. They do. So if you are in the community and you don't need your gun, you have an extra gun, you don't need it. Young men who are young people who are in part of gangs and these sort of things, you can make extra money, put it in your pocket. Let's sell your gun to us, and that will help take some of the guns off of the streets. That is what they want. They also want gun control in terms of background checks, red flag laws. That's what the Democrats want because there's a lot of irresponsible people who own guns. That is what they support. No Democrat says, when I have full control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and the Supreme Court, I am going to go into your house and take your guns. None. Not one. Never, ever have said that. Right? And here's the thing. It's unconstitutional. It would be political suicide if they do that. Nobody would ever, including me, would ever vote for a Democrat again if all of a sudden you see people immobilized knocking on your doors. You know the National Guard and these people come to your house, police. Big man, you have a gun, give it to me now. Nobody would ever.
That's what they're proposing with the guns down in assault weapons. Like, how can you say both of those things in the same breath, Tim? I don't get it. Like, you want to ban assault weapons.
Because it's not all weapons.
And then you're saying,
It's
like,
not
hey,
all
you should
guns.
ban weapons.
It's not all
Right,
guns.
but this is the weird thing part too, and I don't think you can answer this. Like, we all know the pistol is closer cases. You're not supposed to. What's the point of shooting a pistol past like 10, 15 feet? You know what I'm saying? Like 20 feet, you're kind of pushing it with a pistol. So somebody is insulting you from buying at your home, and you just deal with a pistol. Clear as you.
We're talking about Kirko. ARPGs are weapons of war. Just like
But you're not answering the question, kid. Pistols have a general range for engagement where they're more beneficial.
Right now, we had established this pattern of parallel action.
Your AR pistols and your ARs have a longer distance. If you were to ban those, you're going to lose that distance. So you may have engagements of 20, 30, 40 feet with a pistol. It's a terrible idea.
So where's the question? I don't hear the question. Hold on,
The question is, what are you supposed to do at longer range engagements now? If you're going to ban the pistols?
So you keep the gun, but lose the capacity, the amount of capacity. Is that a fair between?
No.
Like you shorten the vaccine time? I think that's a terrible idea too. You know what I'm mad. And then you're gonna shoot like 10 rounds and then have to reload.
You know what's a terrible idea? Why can't I own my AK-47? Why can't I own my surface-to-air launch a why can't I?
Own an AK-47.
You cannot, big man.
You can't own an AK-47.
No, you
You
can't.
can go to a local gun shop and buy an AK-47.
No, you can't. Only certain people can.
And I can go buy one right now. I just don't like
a non-fully automatic.
Right.
If you have a special tag, you can't get a fully automatic weapon. You know that, right?
right.
Right. Exactly. Why can't I get
You need a special permit to get a fully automatic weapon or silencing.
There's nothing I can do about
Yeah, Carlos, why can't I get my fully automatic weapon? Why can't I?
You can't without a special license, is what I'm saying.
Oh, Carlos, how dare you? How dare you, man? Why are you limiting my ability to own arms?
It doesn't limit your ability to own it.
Carlos, I want to own arms. No, Carlos, I want to own arms.
You own arms, man.
I want to be armed. I want to be armed. Wait. No, Carlos.
Stop. You have
I want to own arms. Like,
you are armed. The arms, man.
No. Why you limiting me? Why you limiting me?
Now we're here.
I have an outside. I have an outside garage. Hold on, purple. I have an outside garage. I can park a tank in there. I can put grenade launchers, surface launchers, fully automatic. I can store all of that stuff. Why are you limiting me? Why can't I own a tank? I need those things.
I'm gonna go back to the fully automatic part, and then I'll address that because you hop it.
Why can't I own those things, big man?
One thing at a time.
I have 10. Carlos just told me. I have to get a special permit,
bro.
But Carlos
I got you.
that I have a special permit. I don't want a special permit. That's my Second Amendment, dog. I have dreams about surface-to-air launch missiles. I want to shoot those things, dog. Come on, man.
Those things, by the way,
You just sound crazy, though.
It's
Like,
called destructive device permit. You can own those things. Most people can't afford it, which is why I was trying to tell you earlier. It's hard to find and maintain a tank. Even in the militarized one, I want restricted, but you can't own it.
I want to own my tank. Can I own a tank?
Yeah, you can.
Absolutely.
I can own a tank?
Yes.
So like Trump has the most allegations. Like we don't want to talk about those. So why talk about like possible allegations?
Exactly. If you're willing to ignore Trump's allegations,
Bro, we talking about that right now.
A lot of them came from. A lot of them started with this guy that owns some tabloid magazines, and he actually went to court because he was getting people together to try to blackmail the man. But nobody wanted to talk about that type of shit. The dude that was actually getting people together to blackmail the motherfucker for more money, because again, nobody really been following nothing about this man before he became president. Y'all all into this shit.
What? We all knew Trump was.
Hi, this is Love Moderators. I would like to read the allegations that appear on X.
Oh my gosh. Please, that shouting is very unnecessary. My bad, Martin Luther King. But if you want to read something, you've already read something, go ahead. I played a video. Oh, that's what I did want to say. I posted it in the chat. It's from X, and it says, that's why I said look at the video, because he shows the emails that the boy wrote, allegedly. And also from the school, when they voted unanimously to let Tim Walz go, and the DUI. He shows visuals of all that on the Twitter thing. I said that guy's pretty thorough, but to save himself, he says it's not corroborated officially, like anything like that, but he was showing what the guy was saying and the details and things like that, and he highlighted it. So if you want to go through the the Twitter post, I can repost it. But go ahead, no?
Here is my story. During the concert, I became extremely tired. I don't know if it was the alcohol. I don't know if something was put in the alcohol, but I remember dancing with Tim Walz. We were slow dancing.
Can you talk about regular?
Okay,
That's
fine.
a lie.
Okay, but I remember, this is written by a child, but I remember dancing with Tim Walz. We were slow dancing. I remember his hands being inside of my pants a little. He was telling me that it was natural. He was telling me that it was okay. After the concert, Gwen was not to be found. Tim said he would take me home, but we would stop off and get something to eat. Being 14 years old, I thought this meant McDonald's. To be honest, I thought I was having a great time. I thought I was beginning to think that I was gay. When we stopped to get food, it was a tavern. I never realized till I was older that it was actually a gay bar. There were only a couple of women in the entire place, but they were really not women. I don't remember how long we were there. I don't remember the drive back home at all. The next thing I remembered, I was naked. I was in the home of Tim Waltz. He was giving me oral sex. I remember it only took seconds, maybe a minute for me to ejaculate. I thought this meant I was gay. I thought this meant I really was gay. I did not understand. It was just a physical reaction. I remember being upset. I thought Gwen would walk in. He told me not to worry about that. He told me Gwen would not disturb us. He kept reassuring me that everything was okay and that this was normal and that he was helping me to see that I was really gay. The next morning, I woke up on their couch. Gwen was there. They made me breakfast and they acted like nothing happened at all. Tim took me home. I honestly thought I had feelings for Tim. I thought he was showing me life. I remember feeling so confused yet so free. I thought this was part of becoming a man. I remember a definitive bump like scar on his chest. He told me all kinds of secrets. He told me he was almost deaf from his time in the military. He told me he had served in the Persian Gulf War. Jesus, he really loves lying about his war record. When I finally got home, I did not tell my parents anything, but I thought I had feelings for Mr. Waltz. He told me many secrets about himself, at least I thought they were secrets. He told me that he was bisexual. He explained what that meant. I would continually see Mr. Waltz during 1995. I spent a lot of time with him whenever I could. I can't remember the exact date, but I moved to another country in the summer of 1995. My parents were becoming suspect. In September of 1995, he came to see me. We were drinking. We had gone out that night. We got into an argument when I found out when he planned on taking students to another Indigo Girls concert. On that night, he left very angry. This is the night he got pulled over for drunk driving. He called me and told me what happened. He told me he was going to be fired from his football job. At this time, I was in a different school district. This is when I started to learn I was not gay. This is when I began to know I like girls. We did not talk very often after 1996, but my parents had called the school board and made a complaint. I would never admit to my parents what happened, but they told the school board they had suspicions of a relationship between myself and Mr. Waltz. We probably had 10 to 12 sexual encounters. Now I have to stop now, Doc. I understand you need more details. I will give them. This is enough for now. Take care.
So yeah, that's what the guy referenced. He just said pause to read, but he didn't read it. Obviously, he didn't want to get his account flagged or anything. But I appreciate you for reading that. What's your name? Art, Mr. Art.
Love Art, and you can expect Tim Waltz and Kamala Harris to be installed November 6th. You'll be called an election denier if you call it election fraud. You'll be censored. You won't be able to talk about it, and your new terrorist, fascist, extremist, communist regime known as Kamalism will be installed November 6th. I hope you enjoyed reading about how Tim Waltz raped a young child over 15 times as you just read. Indigo Girls? You think this is made up? No, this ain't fake news Russian propaganda. This is real. Tim Waltz is a goddamn pedophile.
Not only
Okay,
real
three
quick.
chicks in your PCR. You got 3 women, white snow bunny. That's funny. But I appreciate you reading that. But yes, the guy, I posted in the chat if you guys can see. But along with that, that's a statement allegedly from the child. I think sending an email or something like that. And there was another one before that said, hey, I can give details. And at the bottom, that's when he gave the details about the scar and the Chinese tattoo symbol, all things like that. And again, the guy also showed a screenshot allegedly of the board, unanimous, 6-0, voting him out of the school. And the boy also said, I guess allegedly that it was around the time he went to a concert in China, around the time he got a DUI. So he's trying to see all these things to kind of prove the timing and see, I know he has a hearing problem, but that could have been fixed. He's saying all these things. Also, allegedly, he recently went back to the school for some big homecoming game or a game or something like that. And they're saying that I guess some of the people there were protesting or ignore or silent or turn their back away from him or something like that happened. I'm still reading what exactly that was. But they treated him funny. That made people kind of look more into it. Now things are starting to surface. Yeah, they say he was clearly unwelcome by many. Several of the guests were passively staring, and Yeah, so it's a whole thing. So yeah, okay, I'm done.
There's no correlation between pedophiles and homosexuals. Just FYI, everybody.
Okay, well, can that loud voice
Wouldn't you
read
just
the,
want to read it?
Oh, yeah, and I want him to read
Right.
this
What?
from the Guardian.
Okay.
Hold on, real quick.
The fucking brains are melting.
Okay, real quickly. Can that voice loudly read the claim?
Is the Trump derangement syndrome in your brains melting yet? Are you still going to vote for Kamala? If you're black and you vote Kamala, you're voting for suicide. You have to vote Trump. This is the precipice. $40 trillion in debt. This country is imploding.
Okay, sir, can
You're getting louder than.
you can relax. Well, I want him to use that loud volume and read the accounts from the Miss America pageant contestants. We talked about Donald Trump.
Trump derangement syndrome. It's real, ladies. See your therapist now.
Yo, bro, chill out, bro. You don't want to do that. Relax, bro. Go ahead, Doc.
I mean, would y'all like me to read it? Because it seems like y'all just want to brush it under.
Oh, he just like the book.
Hey,
you know what, Doctor? Read it.
Hey, what kind of weird shit is going on here?
Hey, hold on. Real quick, I say, Doctor, yeah, if you want to read it, read it. This is what I say, though, right? Because we're having a conversation about a specific person, right? And we're talking about hardcore evidence of this dude being a P-word. And if we're having a conversation about shit that he's doing that needs to be highlighted when it comes to little kids, for somebody's response to be, oh, but Trump, and talk about this pageant in 2001, it's just like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to, what's the purpose? What's the reason?
I'm trying to shine light on all this.
What's the hardcore evidence?
I'm trying to shine, and I know these allegations from that one, these alleged allegations. I want to.
Hardcore evidence. And I might have been busy, but what was the hardcore evidence?
Even if we just
obvious evidence. We got hardcore. Trump saying out his mouth he fucked his own daughter. But tell me the hardcore other than some nigga on his side.
Bro, Trump never seen that. Look at that. Trump never.
He did say he banged his daughter and giving somebody else.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah,
y'all like to sweep shit like that underneath the rug.
Wait, I'm confused. Wait, really quick. The topic, okay. I gave you guys a point. Like, oh, I'm talking about this, but not Trump. But for 1 second, can we acknowledge, like, this is something? It's almost like you're dismissing, like, what this guy has done, like, because you want to, like, I don't know, you guys are obsessed with Trump or something. Somebody was talking about. Okay, but
Tim Walz is a gay coach. He preyed on a young man. He sexually abused a young man for many years.
Okay. I'll hold you down because, like, the loud mic is just too much for me. But we're specifically talking about, like, Walz in this minor situation. So instead of, like, looking into this, everybody looking into it, seeing what it is, if it's true or not, other sources, like, things like that, y'all are turning it back to Trump. Like, we're talking about allegations on this particular man and something that is just gonna make or break this whole campaign, like, which is crazy. Like, and y'all are bringing up some Trump stuff. Like, we're talking about this guy. So it's like, dang, like, can we not talk about this guy right now at this point? Or do y'all not want us to talk about that? Are we trying to expose, like, I'm confused.
And my thing is, real quick, Doc, my thing is, like, you guys is bringing up, yeah, Trump is a peep in time, but is that on the same level as a fucking pedophile? Like,
No, exactly, bro. Yes, it is. Looking at kids in a lustful manner is just
they weren't kids, bro. They were not kids.
Yes, they were young teens in a little Miss America pageant, brother.
Bruh, so you trying to tell me if somebody busts the door and see a little girl naked compared to somebody actually taking advantage of her, it's the same thing? That's what you're telling me.
It's all in the same basket.
That's not what I asked.
Creep motherfuckers up. Yes, it is all in the same basket.
Niggas can't doors closed.
Man, I don't have children. Hell yeah, I'm whooping both of their ass. The one who touched them and the one who looked. What the fuck are we talking about?
Hey, so Doctor, you was about to read it. Go ahead and read it, bro. And drop the link too, so we could all look at it if that's what you want to do.
No, I want the loud guy who was just.
Bro, he's gone. Go ahead. He on the stage. Go ahead, bro.
He can't read it. Okay. Hold on 1 second. And this is from The Guardian. Also by
Bring it back up.
The Washington Post. He just came strolling right in on naked contestants. Give me a second. And this was chronicled in 2005.
I sure can, sir. Give me 1 second. I'll do that for you before I start reading. Okay. And my thing is, no, listen, this is what I don't like. The fact that all these titles be Kamala this, it be Walsh that. It ain't never Trump this. Call a spade a spade. If we're gonna shine light on misdeeds, shine light on all their fucking misdoings. One side.
Realize this. Trump had accusations for years, bro, and y'all are ignoring that. Y'all are accusing him of doing it, and you can't even recognize the bias. Do y'all not at least recognize the bias? Somebody's just asking y'all to at least recognize.
Recognize the bias. Recognize the bias.
This man for fucking ever. What bias? It's their turn now. They've been after this man for how many years? And left no stone unturned? What bias? What bias?
Hold on, Steve.
What bias? Look, y'all are just looking at this 14-year-old boy's experience. Like, talking about all these other things. It's bias. Oh,
I'm not ignoring his experience.
Stop. We're specifically, literally, this is breaking news. We're talking about Walsh and this minor, allegedly. Like, it's like y'all are tiptoeing around this subject. It's like, I don't know.
Nope, y'all tiptoed around everything with Trump.
Let's talk about it.
The feds ain't tiptoe around everything with Trump.
Trump's name has not been in the title all day. Like, actually, when I first opened it was. But, and we're about to reopen it and will be. But right now, we're talking about Tim Walz in this minor. So it's like, are y'all scared to talk? Like, are y'all scared to talk about it? Like, are y'all, like, I don't know, scared the media's gonna come for you too or something? That because like, no, it seems like the media's brushing this under the rug. It's like we're specifically trying to talk about this right now in this situation right here. You're like, oh, but Trump back in the day. We're not even talking about that right now. We're talking about right now what is happening. What we just discovered that's happened with this Walz guy and a 14-year-old child when he was the teacher and the coach at this school. Like, why can't we actually just speak about this?
No, but this is my thing. Let's speak to all. This is my thing, right? This is my thing, right? Like D-Real just said, right? Trump had all these allegations, but D-Real gonna act like we ain't been talking about Trump and all those allegations for years, right?
Y'all said he was innocent for years. Y'all never said he was guilty.
It don't matter what we say. All that shit been handled in the courts of law.
What we say,
investigators, feds, they ain't dug into no.
Hold on, hold on. Yeah, and we say he's innocent, and y'all say he's guilty, right? And vice versa. So I don't understand the problem.
I ain't saying Walz innocent. I don't know that man.
Bro. Y'all fight y'all side, we fight our side. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So this whole Trump shit, like I just gave y'all kudos. Yeah, Trump's a pedophile, cool. Now let's talk about what's happening. What y'all do?
You an evil ass nigga. That's what I wanted to hear from y'all.
Trump's a pedophile, cool.
Nah, bro. They don't want to hear nothing about their people. They only want to hear about Trump. There's literally nothing else to say about Trump.
Bro, you don't even go here, bro. All we do is trash moving.
Bro, I've been in this group longer than you. Shut the fuck up.
Hold on, time out, y'all. We go back and forth. But what I'm saying is, we already know about Trump. Y'all want to bring up Trump beauty pageant? Cool. He's a peeping Tom. Can we focus on the pedophile breaking news? We knew about that from 2016. Nothing happened. Boy, he paid off some girls. Cool. Right.
Walz is a pedo. Trump is a pedo. Vote blue balls, no matter who.
You want to nitpick at
you speaking with emotion. You ain't.
He's saying we already talked about that. Like, anytime you want to talk about something new, there's like a list of Trump things. There's the Trump with this Trump with the grab him by the Trump with the asshole countries. Trump. There's a list of like Trump things. Oh, the bleach. Like there's a list. So whatever you want to talk about, anything else, somebody just picks. What's something from this Trump list we can just talk about? Some old Trump thing that we could just bring up. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about this guy. Like right now. Like nobody even mentioned the word Trump.
The same thing Kamala Harris does.
Like exactly, like we're literally, it's like It's like, I don't know. You guys are ignoring the fact that Tim Walz and this whole. We're trying to dig deeper at what's actually going on. Let's look at this email. Let's dissect it. Let's see the school. Let's everybody look on Twitter, see what happened. Like what we usually
This
do.
is Russian disinformation campaign. Coach Waltz left education not because of complaints. Waltz is a war veteran and patriot.
It's literally the topic of wrong, right? This is and you can read that G Doctor, but right now,
October surprise!
From the beauty pageant,
October surprise!
What happened, how old she was, and what took place. So if you want to go ahead and read that, cool. But we gonna fact check it. But I mean, it's a topic at hand. That's all I'm saying. This is how this shit goes, right? So if you want to do that, go ahead.
I hear that. So my thing is, I would like us to go in depth about these sexual allegations and misconduct with minors on the side of Tim Walz. Yes, let's thoroughly dissect that, because that's very important. And then after we do that, let's thoroughly dissect Trump's misconduct. That's very
Oh, we gotta go right back to Donald Trump. We gotta go right back to Donnie. Oh my God. Hello? 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 Hello?
This shit disturbing. I ain't gonna lie.
Like facts, like that's crazy. Like I don't even know what else to.
You can't say
It's just like
in
they
European
want to
thing,
bypass
it's
it.
insanity.
They don't want to
No,
hear it
you
because
just
it's
said
too
it's
detailed.
cool. Leave it at cool.
It's too
It's
detailed.
crazy that we want to talk about both sides.
Everybody else changing the story. It's one very detailed story and they don't want to hear it. Just one story and they don't want to hear it about their people. But they done dug off the Trump shit for years.
Stand on
All the FBI, all the top investigators,
It's cool.
all the Democrats, the Republicans, and everybody that came after this nigga. What have you not heard about him? What has not been investigated about him?
Okay, so
Y'all mad because he's taking down all y'all favorite people.
So can we thoroughly do an investigation on everybody's misdoings? Is that okay? Or we just on the screen with fury and passion?
Say that's cool.
He said
Can we actually do some real research?
he
This
misspoke.
is so
I'm
funny.
gonna say Trump is a pee Tom. Okay, you say that, cool. Okay, but right now, what we're talking about is Tim Walz being a pedo. That's what he said.
Yes, but they want
And
to
I
hold on
agree.
to the
Like
mistake.
that, we're not talking about Trump right now. It's like, dang, I'm like, guys, did you hear?
Okay.
And we said this is the first day we talked about it. We brought it up the day before yesterday. Nobody really said anything. I brought it up again last night when the Trump shooting, whatever. I was like, I wonder if this is like a way to distract us from the Tim Walz allegations. And now it's picking up even more speed, and now it's all over everywhere. So I'm like, okay, let's actually look into this more. Because at first I was like, I don't know, it's floating around. Second day I'm like, Third day I'm like, okay, let's actually like get into this. Let's look into this. Let's dissect this, see what's going on. And now we are. And as soon as we start to look into it, like, what? Boss with a 14-year-old or a relationship? Like, what? What is going on? You're like, yeah, but Trump, remember that time Trump walked in? Da-da-da. Okay, we're not talking about Trump. We're talking about this Tim Walz. What happened with this minor in the school? Like, can we actually just talk about this? But, like, I don't know.
Yes, because y'all don't want to talk about Trump with minors. Y'all refuse.
Oh,
It's on the topic. Y'all hear words on the topic.
Wow.
No, everything should be the topic, brother.
What's
the talking about Tim Walz.
Politicians dealing with minors should be the topic.
We're talking about Tim Walz right now. Breaking news. Tim Walz is the
I'm
No, they really act like all of them just got out of being Baker acted at the crazy house. You see how old I'm at? It's like them motherfuckers they be showing on the news.
We want to talk about
Them crazy ass looking eyes and shit, bro. They be wild, bro. They be wild. Now they raging, they want to destroy some shit. They probably punching walls and shit.
La La Land.
What's crazy is we said we want to talk about both sides, and all y'all want to do is talk about
the wall, yeah.
That's crazy.
Put a hole in the wall, yeah.
I know y'all struggled in school. This shit makes no
This
sense.
shit weird, bro. We said talk about
Hey, bro,
Since you've been in this room.
They just want to scream and say, let's stick to Waltz instead of saying, let's talk about
We did the whole DNC. It was quiet.
Let's talk about politicians.
That's what we're talking about. If you want to propose that as a topic, when I ask, hey, what topics should we cover, then propose that as a topic. But this morning when I asked, nobody answered. So hey, I said we're going to talk about Kamala pandering. Well, actually, I was going to do the Trump interview that we're about to do right now, Schultz. And then State was like, hey, Kamala, this video. And I was like, oh, that ties into the other one of her pandering to black men. And then I see she has a new plan. So now I see what he's talking about, how it all ties in together. So we went that route, boom. And I said, hey, let's circle back to Tim Walz with the minor because we didn't really get into it.
Okay, great.
Like we should have. I just brought it up in passing a couple times. Mo put it in the chat. It's trending, it's viral, it's going everywhere. We talk about breaking news. So this is what we're talking about. Like, I don't understand. It's like y'all trying to like brush it under the rug, which is kind of like, I don't know. But it's just like, guys, I don't know. I'm going to still push through because if this is true with this 14-year-old, like, they deserve for this story to be out. So still going to talk about it. I don't know. Tim Walz and a 14-year-old boy while he was a teacher and a coach. But we are going to reopen them. So give me a second. But go ahead, keep arguing.
Y'all gotta stop letting these white men break the band up. This is crazy. Two white men.
Doctor, drop that link there because I want to read it.
I put the Washington Post. Hey, bro, go ahead, man. It's a whole lot of screaming going on.
Think about the band. One band, one sound.
If it's real, it need to be put out there. But I think the same motherfuckers, those of us who are wise enough to say, if it's real, put it out there. And we're not going to sit here and try to create excuses for the truth are the same, those of us who feel the same way about the other side. Shit has been put out there about that side too. And it seems like everybody on that side have some type of excuse as to why that's not real. So all I'm saying is, me personally, I think if a 14-year-old literally said that happened, to me, it happened. All right? So if you can show me proof and not just some dude with a pink ticket who got on Clubhouse and read something, if you can show me proof that a 14-year-old is saying that happened to him, I'm going to take it. Hey, that's what he said. And that's what happened. But right now, all I heard was somebody with a pink ticket get on Clubhouse.
Pink ticket! Bitch, I'm OG Legacy!
Show it to me. That's all.
Motherfucker lying about my pink ticket, lying on your pink ticket, mom!
However, we gotta recognize, my point is, we gotta recognize that there are people who have came at the other motherfucker and the same ones that's coming at this vice president, right? There's people coming on both sides. If the only side that you will call guilty is this side, you have to recognize your bias. Because on the other side, it's been going on for years. And y'all came up with 1,000 excuses as to why he's innocent. At least come up with, no, I ain't gonna say that. I don't want you to come up with no excuse as to why he's innocent because, hey, if a kid said it, to me, he guilty. But at least recognize your bias at the very least.
Oh, you need to
And
prioritize.
that's a good one. I can rock with that. Like that's a fact. But look, but Doctor, let's
You need
address
to
this real quick,
prioritize
right?
me.
Because this is where misinformation and sometimes people just speaking on shit go left, right? You just dropped that link in the chat, right? I'm reading it. This is the same CNN video that I'm talking about with the lady herself, the same year, the same pageant, talking about what happened. These are not minors, bro. Show me where's the little child minors in these pageants that you putting on this whole shit about Trump walking in on minors, on little kids? Because you saying it and you dropping links in the chat, but this ain't what it is, though. And she didn't even say she was 22. So what are you talking about? Not to say it's cool with just somebody naked.
Bruh, in the headline it says young, bruh. It says it right there.
The headline says something, but as you read through the article, you should know it says something different, bro. Don't you know how fact checks work on the internet, buddy?
That's yellow journalism. That's buzzword marketing.
That's called clickbait, my nigga. Clickbait. That's why I told you, what mainstream media sources do you have? Because I know you was going to come with some clickbait, nigga.
I'm not a nigga. That seems like that you're describing yourself. Give me a second. Practice on
You sure acting like one.
Sounds to me like you projecting that N-word. N-word.
One mic on Doctor. One mic.
Hey,
now,
one mic on both and then battle other niggas.
Well, it's only one nigga in this battle, and that's him. I don't fit the bill.
I'm top nigga boss.
So when you look at it, bro, that was only the reports that were officially filed, right? not talking about substantiating claims because people were made to step down, but he was made to sell the damn pageant. Why you think he was made to sell the pageant? You don't see any coincidences in that? Y'all see all the coincidences and connect all the dots on the other side. And I'm with you. Why the fuck ain't you connecting no dots and seeing the coincidence on this side, bro?
That's what they don't get. We with them on the other side. We get the other
They
side.
don't see it. Because look, they just don't hear it because they only hear when we go on their side, on the side they like. The whole time, when I talk about Kamala lying about her lineage, her heritage, I'm there with you. I want everyone to see the bullshit on all sides. I'm not a Democrat. When you look at what the fuck I'm registered as, that shit says independent, bro. And it's been that way.
Hey, and all right, so that's what's up, right? But the fact of the matter is, as far as him being a peeping Tom, shit, Smurf agreed. I agree. Shit, he saw something. Even she said, we were half naked. So I'm just trying to get to the reach of, because to make a claim like that, like these were little kids, that's different, bro.
So y'all okay
he
with
was an
peeping
old
Tom?
dude. No. I just said it was wrong. I said it
Bro, it was. Now watch this.
I said it was wrong. That's it. I just said it was wrong.
No, go ahead. Let him finish. Because I'm about to tear this shit up. I'm about to let you know what pageant it was. Hold on. Let him go.
Bro, you don't have to let me know because we have the actual people that were in the pageant, the females telling their story. I got the CNN clip right now with them telling what happened, how old they was.
When did they make the allegation?
So yes, if you a nigga and you just randomly staring at a female half naked, you're weird for that. Yes, that's you just staring at a random female. I don't fuck with that. That's cool. But then
and like 17-year-olds,
we put children in there. Children is different. Like when you're making that statement of these are little children, that's different. But at the end of the day,
this is the Miss Teen America. Bro. 17 is a child, brother. This is the Miss Teen America. Do you understand that shit? It's like.
Back up from the mic. You don't need to have the mic on your lips to prove your point.
And what year was these allegations made?
2001.
No, 1997 is when it happened, bro. And this shit is Teen America.
If you were black nigger years ago, being a president is a 8-year-old man. 60-year-old perv, 8-year-old perv.
I just read the date from the Lindsay drop. That's all. I was reading the date from the Lindsay drop.
I see. It feel like everybody forgetting. Like as far as on Donald Trump's side, this not his first election. So all dirt and everything has already pretty much been pulled up on that man. You feel me?
No, it hasn't.
Why do you think not?
I'ma say it again.
This is his second election. Ain't shit.
Because his charges didn't come till after he was president. So had they pulled up that dirt prior, they would have charged him prior.
Man, they did pull up dirt prior. That's all you heard in the media. But as soon as somebody else is talked about, y'all want to do just like Kamala and Joe and focus only on Trump.
The statement was that all of it had been pulled up. I'm not arguing that something had been pulled up prior.
You can find it on Google. It's been pulled
Part
up.
of putting yourself in the media is having dirt pulled up on you. That's why some of y'all need to shut up because a lot of y'all be talking on here and then people go jump on your shit. They be like, well, what about you? You know what I'm talking about? That's just a part of putting yourself out there so we get it. The nigga done had stuff pulled up, but all his dirt was not pulled up before he became president. It just wasn't.
But that's the thing, right? I ain't speaking to nobody specific. I ain't speaking to nobody specific in this room. But it's like when we get into these, and this is what I witness, what I see time and time again. When it's like this whole Trump Kamala shit, right? I feel like niggas will leave the floor open to go ahead and get your Trump shit off, right? Get it off. Like, all right, boom, let's look into it, let's read into it. Like we just did. But it's just like, all right, cool, then what's next? All right, we're gonna talk about this situation that happened. Oh shit, it wasn't 2001, it was 1997. You said, all right, cool. We see what it, and like I said, bro, I'm just going off of what you dropped, right? Because me personally, I had no idea of a whole pageant situation. So it's my first time. But I'm looking up CNN links, looking at show links. It's time.
I'm gonna become your friend because you only have 123 friends.
Yeah, meet Autonomous. He's really good man.
Hello, Diamond. Are you still Jewish, or are you Somalian, or are you Muslim today? What are you, beautiful?
Bro. I'm not Somali. Stop edging.
Assalamu alaikum, Habibi. Habibdi. Can I get a Mexican trumpet blast, please, Hermes?
Oh man, it's on Club Deck. I can't do it on the iPhone. But if I was on Club Deck, you know I would do it for you.
Guys, what's up with y'all, man?
We just chilling, debating whether I should go to the gym or go get some rotisserie chicken. Which one is the healthier option?
Go to the gym, man. Get up and go to the gym. Bro.
Go to the gym? Okay, then that's what I'll do.
You can have chicken with
food.
Should I vote Trump?
chicken after.
Should I vote Trump? Should I vote Trump and go to the gym?
No, you gotta vote Kamala.
But why, Tim? It's been confirmed that Tim Waltz raped a 14-year-old boy 12 times.
No way.
Yeah, that's the October surprise. He's an LGBTQ pedophile. He's gonna have to drop. He's gonna have to drop out.
Who counted it? How many times?
They actually have the victim on record, and he's gonna have to drop out of the race.
What do you mean who counted?
Like, who counted it fucking 13 times? What the fuck, man?
Oh, the kid made a full confession.
He's been senator so many years. Why victim just came out?
He's a congressman, not a fucking senator.
So whatever it is, so why victim just came out?
What did you say, Fox?
It's all in the news. He's stepping down.
Yeah, he's been around for 30 years. Why he just came out?
Because the victim, it's, when you get more popular, that's when the victims come out.
He's been already popular, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, he's about to go to the most popular, powerful office in the history of the country, so I don't understand. There's a big difference between being a pedophile as a governor and being the leader of the free world on the planet as a pedophile.
The only pedophile is Trump, I guess.
Really? You have Trump derangement syndrome, I see. Interesting.
Interesting, right?
Oh, this one's cool.
So was he actually convicted?
No, the complaint...
It's just Twitter meme or...
The victim, his parents love their son, and they submitted the complaint to the Department of Education at the school system, and it's all coming out. It's all over the news.
Oh, wow. All coming out. Do they have pictures and videos or what?
Yep, they got pictures, videos, they got testimonial evidence, they have everything ready to put him in prison.
Wow. He waited 30 years to come out.
It takes a long time for the truth to come out, so you know what it's like being crypto. Secrets, they take a long time to get out.
Yeah, dude, it's just all bullshit, man.
Really, it's all bullshit. Okay, if you say so, because you got a fact book. You got the fact book. Go ahead, pull your fact book out and show us your facts. Go ahead, let's see it.
Just before the elections, you know what it is. Just
It's Russian disinformation. It's fake news to try to stop Kamala from becoming president of the United States of America, right, Crypto?
Правильно.
Exactly. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. You just think you know what you're talking about. And you sound like a smart guy. So clearly you must be right about everything.
Can you please stop shouting, sir?
Yeah, I can stop shouting as soon as this liar, this goddamn liar, shuts his fucking mouth. Liar!
Okay, you don't have to shout. Oh my God.
What is that?
This is my 10 impersonation. I'm from Jamaica, and I came to tell you the truth about...
Nani, what is that?
Jamaican guys supporting Trump. What the fuck?
You're lying. You're lying about Tim Waltz. He's a rapist and a pedophile. I'm telling you the truth, and you're a liar. Yeah, some of you may know TDS10. It sounds like Crypto definitely knows TDS10. Go back to Kazakhstan because you're a liar. We didn't lose our mind. That's not your PTR. You don't look like that. You're a catfish and you're a liar.
I'm not even a cat.
You're a catfish. You're a catfish and a liar.
Listen, you as a man with no profile picture, with no Instagram.
Lying on your mama.
Should be the last one to talk.
Lying on your grandma. You're a liar just like Ted. You're a liar like Crypto. You're a liar like Tim Waltz, the pedophile.
Listen, I don't take offense from people with no real life, okay? Go get
You're
yourself a
projecting.
real life. Be a
You're
good person.
projecting your own miserable existence upon me and stop your
Be
lying.
a good person. Be a good person. Stop bothering people.
Take your own advice and stop lying.
I am taking my own advice. I don't go around on this app with no idea.
With a fake profile picture, you do too, you liar. Everything you're accusing me of doing, you do yourself, you liar.
Well, at least people on this app follow me on my Instagram and they know how I really.
You're a social media influencer, catfish, liar.
And I did FaceTime people too, by the way. Yeah, from this app too. So.
You've been discriminated against for being overweight? Well, so have I. But you're still a liar. Keep talking, you're the liar. So is Crypto and so is Tin. Trump never touched those young girls, but Tim Waltz touched that young 14-year-old boy. Fucking finally somebody kicked me.
But they're so
Big
cute,
enough.
Cornell.
Big enough to where it's not even gonna you're not even gonna get a chance to fight it. It's just gonna walk up on you. He's gonna hold you down with his paw, because that's what he was doing, and then he's just gonna start eating.
I ain't gonna never
You could swing and fight all you want. He's just gonna hold you down with his paw.
I ain't gonna vacate there. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't even gonna be able to encounter a polar bear because I ain't even going in type weather conditions.
You might be a 14-year-old boy and get assaulted by Tim Waltz and get raped. That's worse than a polar bear. The LGBTQP, Mr. Waltz, your future vice president.
Hold on. That's what he was accused of doing.
Stop lying about the polar bears. They never hurt nobody.
It's not.
Yes.
Yeah, you're talking to Adrian. Adrian's like a living troll.
I tell you what though.
It's true.
He put the tampons in the little boy's bathroom.
It's true. Actually, I can read you the letter of Tampon Tim Waltz's victim. This letter was submitted to the psychiatrist. The parents filed complaints with the Board of Education. Go ahead and mute me because you don't like the narrative, but you're voting Kamala and you're a brainwashed TDS individual.
Yeah, I want to hear it. So what's the letter about?
It's on X. I will read it for you if the moderators want me to, but I don't think Cora's going to want to hear it because her TDS brain might implode.
Wait, what's TDS?
Trump derangement syndrome.
Who's a Democrat? Freaking Democrats. That's why I call them Democrats.
Okay, you want to hear the letter? It's not graphic or anything, but it's pretty upsetting. And there's, people who might call it Russian misinformation. No fucking way. There are references in this letter that no fucking Russian propagandist could possibly create. References to the Indigo Girls. No fucking way.
You want to read it?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Hold on one sec.
So Russia doesn't know about the Indigo Guards?
No.
Okay, that's odd.
Is that news to you? Did you know that the Russians knew about the Indigo Girls?
Trump, you will be open ears. Russians know about anything. What are you talking about? The internet is dust.
Well, wait till you hear the letter because,
Isn't it with the police? Why do you think Tim Walz is arrested or at least under investigation?
do you know how political campaigns work? This is the October surprise that Trump has been waiting for.
Well,
Yeah, this is how dirty politics works. The Tim Walz is an LGBTQP. P is pedophile at the end of the LGBTQ.
Oh, okay. Well, what I'm saying
No,
is though,
it's not credible, guys.
Okay, Cora knows the truth. Again, Cora talks down to people because she's the authority. I'm now going to read to you the letter. Here's my story,
This was
Doctor.
put out on X by the same guy that faked the news at the.
Yeah, just let me read it, Cora. Cora, let me read the evidence, and you decide. I know you're the judge, jury, and executioner, and that's how you live your life, and that's why you're a single woman. But let me read the letter, and then you can decide. Yeah, let the man read the letter. Let the man read the letter. Let the people know the truth. You don't need censors like Cora running your life. We're free men and free women. Cora's not the authority. Here's the letter.
okay.
Here is
But can you tell me who posted it and who was the victim?
yes. The victim's name is anonymous, and the person who victimized the child is going to be your future vice president, Tim Walz, this current governor of Minnesota. Are you ready to receive the letter? I will put the link in the chat. Is that good enough for you, Casey?
Yes.
Great news. Prepare to receive the letter. Here is my story, Doctor. During the concert, I became extremely tired. I don't know if it was the alcohol. I don't know if it was something that was put in the alcohol, meaning Tim Walz drugged this poor kid. But I remember dancing with Tim Walz. We were slow dancing. I remember his hands being inside of my pants a little. He was telling me that it was natural. He was telling me that it was okay. At the concert, Gwen was not to be found. Tim said he would take me home, but he would not stop off and get something to eat. Being 14 years old, I thought this meant McDonald's. To be honest, I thought I was having a great time. I thought I was beginning to think that I was gay. When we stopped to get food, it was a tavern. I never realized till I was older that it was actually a gay bar. There were only a couple of women in the entire place, but they were not really women. I don't remember how long we were there. I don't remember the drive back home at all. Next thing I remembered, I was naked. I was in the home of Tim Walz. He was giving me oral sex. I remember it only took seconds, maybe a minute for me to ejaculate. I thought this meant... All right, you don't want to hear it? You don't want to hear it. Okay, vote Kamala Walz and enjoy your pedophile vice president. You guys make me sick.
Why did he say we're gonna enjoy?
I posted a bunch of links in the chat that show it's being debunked, and the link that got added by Bree is actually like an Indian website. Like, there's like 3, including the Hindustan Times and a couple of other Indian websites that are known for just like populating misinformation like all over the place. They just grab anything they can get. So.
Let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question, Cora? Is Donald Trump sexually assault E. Jean Carroll?
All I can say for sure is that he was found liable in a civil suit. That's all.
Why they throwing shit?
All right, then this Tim Wall stuff, I believe it. I think it's real.
Yeah.
They should prosecute him. They should prosecute him. As a matter of fact, they should figure out who this child is, right? And they should arrest him.
They know exactly who he is. It was a kid.
And then if he's innocent, then it would be innocent. But they should do him exactly what they did Donald Trump. They should take him to court and see if he's liable.
Absolutely, they should. And if there's evidence, I think he should be arrested, right? Because I don't know why. What's his name? Love said that this is a October surprise, which I find reprehensible. If this man is guilty of sexual assault, he needs to be prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. And needs to be, I don't care about him paying money. Maybe the victim's looking for money, but if there's evidence to support this, then he should be in jail. I think Cora would agree with that.
Yeah, but it's already been shown to be incredible. Like, it's not. Look at the links I posted.
Oh yeah, I see.
You can see that the emails are fabricated.
No, I think, but here's the thing that Pernell and everybody else is having an issue with. If it seems like Democrats support pedophilia and pornography and all these things.
How?
I'm saying that as someone who's voting for Kamala Harris,
what leads you to to that conclusion?
What conclusion? I have not made a conclusion. If there's no evidence,
it seems like Democrats support pedophilia.
No. This is the narrative.
There is
that
no
Republicans
connection
and
between homosexuality and pedophiles. I want to make that clear.
And the far right people have tried to stain Democrats and their names with all kinds of salacious accusations. So if this belief is out there, I think that point blank period, we just need to stand on 10 toes, like how we dashed out that senator that everybody loved, Al Franklin, out of just ridiculous, out of Congress. We need to just say, if he's guilty, then he needs to be locked up. End of story.
Well, yeah, that's true, but I'm saying that there's nothing credible to charge him with.
Bree, come up here and stop talking shit
In your opinion, Cora, again, listen, I want all the black men in this room to know, and the black women, that Cora is your white handler. She is here to tell you disinformation, to propagandize you, and to actually make you feel inferior to her. That's the type of woman Cora is. She doesn't want you to know the truth. She doesn't want you to research the truth. She doesn't want you to hear the truth. She's a loser, and she loves lying to you and spreading disinformation, because that's what she accuses everyone else of doing. Yeah, that's my opinion of you, Cora. You're an authoritarian Democrat liberal schmuck.
And they have links to the original post, so you can go look at the original post if you want.
Okay, go look at the original post. Post the link so I can look at the original post of the authority and the credibility that you present, Cora. I resent the fact that you even have a green bean in this room. You are not a talking ape. You're less than an ape.
What does that mean?
It means that she's low IQ, and apes have a higher IQ than her. She's less than an ape IQ. Does that make sense? Moderators, I am ready to finish reading this letter, if you'll allow me to, because it's important that you know how Tim Walz desecrated and destroyed this young man and covered it up.
I don't have a problem. I just think that shit was crap.
He said it wasn't graphic, and then he started talking about.
Well, just post the link. I'll go read it for myself.
Yeah. Okay. If you guys are children and you can't hear us, I mean, it's not graphic. It's not like a graphic novel.
Well, just put the link. Whoever wants to read it can read it. You don't have to read it out loud. Just post the link.
I can read it, man. I'm not saying not to read it.
No. I'm saying you're right. Everybody, we gotta be appropriate people that, So if he just posts the link, whoever wants to read it can read it. Whoever doesn't,
You guys spew propaganda hate out of your mouths all day long, and you can't stomach a little misinformation?
No, because it's about Trump. That's why. If it was about Trump,
and it's about a child, yo. Like
exactly, and then you're painting it very vivid.
Yeah. Okay. I see. Cora wins this round. Cora wins this round.
Woke up, he was giving me a blowjob. Like, what the fuck?
Hold on, what? What did I walk into?
Just put the link. Like I said, this is about Trump. Everybody.
I mean, y'all can read it. I mean, we're all adults.
Just put the link in the chat.
I don't know why I shut it down. Y'all can read it though, man. I don't know why I shut it down.
Well, not just you. I think a few other people were against it too.
Oh, look at that. Is his name Adrian? It wasn't even Cora that muted you. It was Armando.
Yeah, I muted him.
Yeah.
I heard.
It just sounded like a victim, It's written by the victim, right? Whatever the narrative is by the victim, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's the reason why it was so gruesome to me. I thought if somebody would have been, would have been writing a story about it, I'm sure it would have been written that bad.
I heard Elon Musk say that one of the reasons all of those rich people are back in Kamala is because they're scared that Donald Trump is going to release the Epstein list. By the way, Marsha Blackburn, Republican senator, tried to pass a resolution to release the Epstein list, and the Democrats blocked it. They didn't want the list released. Why? Why did the Democrats block it in the Senate?
Because they don't want it. They doing that shit for votes, man. They're not gonna release the Epstein video.
I thought that the list was already released, and it came out that what's that scientist? The one with ALS, I think.
didn't speak. What's his name? He was on there too.
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
Stephen Hawking.
The list wasn't released.
Yeah, Stephen Hawking was on Epstein Island.
Another atheist. That's crazy.
They released the transcript.
This is crazy.
Okay, I posted the letter. I posted the letter to my Instagram.
They released the transcripts of the victims, right? They didn't release the transcript, but they had a transcript with the victim, what the victim said, right?
No,
And they called the list is not the full list. It's not the full list. There's plenty of people's names on it that haven't been released.
Oh yeah.
We need names though.
No, the FBI has covered it up and not released the full list. The internet list that broke is not the complete list, but that list is accurate. Chris Brown, Bill Clinton, Bill Maher, lots of people.
Right, and Bill Clinton was actually named by the victims. They said that they were given that they gave him massages, and these are underage girls, right? And they gave him massages and all this stuff. Epstein had a portrait of Bill Clinton in a blue dress in his house, bro. And right now, Bill Clinton is going around stomping for Kamala. These motherfuckers is actually letting this disgusting sexual offender run around like he ain't did shit. You know how many cases that Hillary Clinton had to freaking quell for Bill Clinton? Bill Clinton is the same guy that had Monica Lewinsky, which you would say is sexual assault because Monica Lewinsky was in a position as an intern. So that's power, right? That's in most governmental agencies that would be considered sexual assault because she has to listen to you. You're the president.
And you should have been arrested.
Take a look at SB 145 bill. When we say the Democrats don't do things as far as helping sexualize minors, take a look at the SB 145 bill that was passed in California in 2020. Take a look at that, how sex offenders get a slap on the wrist. They made it easier. Take a look at that bill.
Check out TikTok, check out Instagram, check out YouTube, check out men dressing up as women trying to turn your children gay.
We say that Democrats don't try to push things that promote sexual offenses towards minors. Take a look at that bill.
Take a look at LGBTQ Pride Month, 30 Days of Joy, 30 Days of Pride. I want your children to be okay with being bisexual. I want your children to be okay with being gay because there's nothing wrong with being a homosexual. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's totally okay. You don't have to worry about it. And in fact, Tim Walz proved that when he raped this 14-year-old boy 12 times.
Okay, you're prosecuting. They'll lock him up.
You know what the Democrats did with that whole Bill Clinton Monica Lewinsky thing? They painted Monica Lewinsky like she was the bad one, like she was a slut, right? You notice that, right? They didn't paint her as a victim, like maybe she was forced, maybe she felt threatened that Bill Clinton, as the president, could have her killed or something. They never went down that avenue. But guess what? E.J. Carroll got sexually assaulted by Donald Trump 30 years ago. She can't remember the month or the day. But that's more believable.
E. Jean Carroll is a mentally disturbed dingbat. They recently had a video of her giving a tour of her house where Jane Austen is graffitied on this shack outside her place, and that's her greatest influence in life. E. Jean Carroll is a puppet of the Democrat Party. She's a victim in this as well. She's mentally deranged. And the jury, the judge, the prosecutorial misconduct. If Trump loses, you can kiss your fucking country goodbye. This country will rapidly devolve into a super communist state where at $40 trillion in debt, Kamala is going to spend like a drunken sailor. Everybody knows it. It could be good for you if you're positioned well. But if you believe in your country, if you're a patriot, you will not let these thieves, these criminals, these frauds, these deceivers continue to ruin this beautiful country.
Deficits always go down under Democratic administrations, and they go up under Republican administrations.
Is Donald Trump your average Republican administration, Cora? Is Donald Trump your average Republican? No, he's a neocon killer. He's a rhino killer. You're a neocon and you don't even know it.
Wait a second. Guys, I'm reading this list. Hillary Clinton is on the list too. David Copperfield, Alan Dershowitz, Al Gore, Richard Branson, Stephen Hawking, Michael Jackson. I don't know half these people. George Lucas, he's the Star Wars guy, right? Kate Blanchett, Naomi Campbell, wow, Bruce Willis, Bianca Jagger, that's Mick Jagger's daughter, Cameron Diaz, okay. This is crazy. Chris Tucker? I thought he was hella Christian. RFK, we know that.
Bull Rush.
Oh, this is interesting.
Bull Rush.
It says he's a sex trafficker. What the fuck?
You notice how she said, I thought he was Christian. He ain't supposed to be in those parties, right? Those parties,
No. I meant like Chris Tucker.
We have a powerful Bull Rush on stage. Ramon the Bull Rush.
What is that? Because he didn't like the look of him smoking and stuff, and he turned into a Christian. So maybe he did it before. Before he did that, I don't know.
Did you know that Huma Abedin was Hillary Clinton's lover, and now Alex Soros is also engaged to Huma Abedin, and Alex Soros controls Dominion voting systems, and on November 6th, you won't be allowed to call this election fraud because you'll be known as an election denier, and that has to be censored? Did you all know that you're living in a fascist communist state right now, and that it will continue to expand? Your rights will recede, your wealth will recede, your gun ownership will recede, everything will recede back towards communism and fascism. The Constitution means nothing. The Second Amendment, especially the First Amendment, you cannot speak anymore. Big Pharma, everybody wants to censor you, and Cora is your typical censorer.
Who shall we vote for?
Donald Trump, who the fuck do you think?
That's who I was gonna vote for anyway.
Now, I'm not saying that Trump isn't going to raise the debt. He is. But who would you rather raise the debt, Trump or Kamala? I would go with Trump any day of the week. Especially with the collective he has built with Elon Musk, the future cost efficiency expert of the US government. It's going to be great. We're not going to have incompetent bureaucrats who are unelected spend trillions of dollars that you and I work hard to earn to pay to the IRS. It's going to be great news when Trump and Elon Musk and Vance and Kennedy and Tulsi and Massey and all these intellectuals of the conservative Republican movement reform the Democrat misappropriation of funding that are destroying and destroying us. Your property taxes are out of control. Your income taxes are out of control. We're spending the 51st state of this country is Ukraine. We're paying their pensions and their salaries. This is insanity.
Nothing to do with property tax.
Oh, really, Cora? Cora knows everything. Cora knows best. I'm voting for Cora. Cora will make my life secure. Cora will make my life... God, Cora, I know why I'm single, and I know why you're single. Oh, okay, Cora, you know best. Vote Kamala, vote Waltz. Everything will be okay. Because Trump and Vance, they're liars, and they're fascists, and Project 2025. Cora, have you ever been to war? What would your ex-husband who left you say? Because I'm sure he didn't like your political opinions.
My ex-husband is dead.
Well, the one with the PTSD. Well, what about the one with the PTSD that left you?
He's in Kentucky, and I just texted him yesterday to check on him.
Is he voting Waltz? Is he voting Kamala?
He probably won't vote at all because he's so disillusioned.
Oh, I see. Okay. Disillusion. Clearly, he can't make an effective decision. Except for leaving you. That might have been his most effective decision. Yeah, I hate to get personal, but politics is personal, and she's very political, so I'll be personal.
He's got to take care of his mental health, and it wasn't me doing it. It was his fucking PTSD from Afghanistan and Iraq.
Got it. He must have been conservative. I'm sure he votes Republican.
Did you surf, Adrian?
Yes, I did. I served in the U.S. Army for 5 years. I converted to trans. The general that was my commanding officer convinced me that I was gay by sucking my dick. I cummed instantaneously within 1 minute, and I knew I was gay. And this is why I've transitioned to being black. I'm a trans woman. I've cut my penis off, and I'm taking pills to grow out a clitoris. Now, you may not like my choices, or please, a woman is speaking. A woman is speaking. Moderators, kick her, mute her. I am speaking. Do not interrupt and ask a question if you don't want to hear my response. But anyways, I am complete, and I can't even remember what I was talking about anymore because you interrupted me.
Hey, he's trolling the shit out of you, Casey.
Oh no,
But he did serve in the military, yes. That's been confirmed by a couple other military guys on the app. They've actually confirmed them. Yeah, he's been to the military.
13 Bravo. 11 Bravo.
Did you like your basic training?
In hindsight,
5 years, dude. That means he did a full term.
It was in hindsight, basic training, though it was horrible. It was actually, it's my greatest memory. My fondest memories are when you have nothing, you're told what to do, and you just play along. I honestly, that is the happiest time in my life, when you didn't have to think for yourself. All you had to do was do what you were told to do and have a positive attitude. That was I wish the world could be like that. I want to be a fascist. I want to be a drill sergeant. I want World War III. So when Cora gets into my regiment and she has to do 10 push-ups, but she can only do 8, I will help her do those 10 extra push-ups from all the years of being lazy. Cora, will you do 10 push-ups in the New Republic's army during World War III? I want to know.
Yeah, I'm 50 years old, so I'm too old for that shit.
All right, well then we'll have to put you in the kitchen, and that when you do KP duty, that's a 24 hours.
Language school at the Presidio. That's what they're gonna do when they're trying to recruit me for the Navy. So.
Oh well, great story. But when you work in my kitchen, it's a 24-hour shift, and I hope you enjoy it. Because when Kamala creates World War III, and we all have to get drafted, you'll be working for me.
Yeah, don't let your age hold you back. I know people that are older than 50 that work out like crazy.
Hopefully that's gonna be me. Honestly, I'm getting my workout shit immediately.
They wouldn't take me in the military because of my age. That's all.
You can be a Barry's bunny. You can never get old for that.
Yeah, I could be the hot milk stepmom stripper at the club, like right off of.
You like the refreshment for the soldiers?
A MILF is a hot mom.
She's a hot beverage. Okay, Sandra be the MILF.
Not their stepmother.
She'll be the cougar. Sandra, you'll be the MILF, aka the baby puma, and Cora she'll be the cougar.
That's some good shit.
You'll be the bobcat, Sandra.
That's some shit.
You ain't old enough to be a cougar.
No, I don't want to be a fucking cougar.
Yeah, I think you have to be like what, 50? 50 plus for cougar, right?
See, this is the fucked up thing about Cora and all the Democrats with TDS. If the Tim Walz story is true, and he actually did sexually abuse this 14-year-old child, they would still vote for him because they would just reject it. They're fucking insane people. They do not care.
Bro, once I found out all that stuff about Bill Clinton, and I see how Democrats stuck their head in the sand and pretend like none of it is true, right? When I saw how they treated Monica Lewinsky and how they didn't use their feminism to support her and say that because anybody that worked in a corporate setting, they know that if you're the boss and you're having an affair with a subordinate, that's sexual assault. Like they call it abuse of power.
I mean, Monica Lewinsky's older than me, so like most of the people that are Democrats right now, other than like the baby boomers, just weren't even of voting age or involved then when that happened. But I've watched like her her TED Talks and all her other stuff like that. And she's like, yeah, I let myself be taken advantage of. It probably was inappropriate because he was a man in power, but it was a consensual relationship. And she was of age. She was like 21 or 22.
I'm sorry, another change to it. Keisha Cole is a bozo.
So like I was saying, right? The Democrats, they never went down the avenue of Monica Lewinsky being taken advantage of. Right? Not only that, they forgave Bill Clinton. They forgave Bill Clinton for committing a sexual act in the Oval Office, bruh. Right? But when it's a Republican, it's a scandal. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden you got to believe all women, and all of a sudden, they even try to make what was that the porn star Stormy Daniels. They try to make Stormy Daniels into a victim. Last I checked, wasn't that consensual sex too? So why was Donald Trump in the court of law for that?
He wasn't in the court of law for that. He was in the court of law for all the fraud he did around the hush money pages.
Why the fuck did Keisha Cole get that man's name tatted on her damn chest?
First of all, he didn't.
Why the hell did she do that shit? Ruckus.
Hey, fucking love. Hey, OnlyFans biz. Adrian did where the fuck your name is, right, bro? Why you gotta stream it in your other room right now on the OnlyFans page?
What do you mean? You're on 5 different platforms. My audience is saying that Cora is the dumbest woman they've ever heard on this app.
No, but you really got 3 people. Well, Bree was actually over here that you over there.
Listen, vote Kamala. Vote Kamala and save the Republic. Vote Kamala, save the Second Amendment, and vote Kamala. Save the freedom of speech, vote Kamala. Save the Republic, vote Kamala.
Why the fuck she put his name on
that nigga was slaying, that's why he was laying down that price in the pipe project.
But didn't he just... Hey, Adrian, do you still make up your bed?
She got him in prime, man. She's trying to hang on to a young nigga.
You never get someone.
She want to be back relevant.
She dumb as hell.
It's like knitting somebody a sweater.
She had one hit.
That nigga playing the hell out of her ass. What did you say, Cora?
You never get anyone's name tattooed on you. It's like knitting your boyfriend a sweater.
Why did Amber Rose put the name of the devil on her forehead? Because she's a former Satanist.
But, Adrian, do you still make your bed up every day?
Do I make my bed?
Every day.
Is that a reference to this? Is that a reference to the stupid people who believe that making your bed every day puts things in order in your life?
No, I just, some military people that...
No, I don't fucking make my bed every day. Do I have a drill sergeant screaming in my ear canal on the line? No.
Being told what to do and just doing it.
No, he's just joking. I guess he's being facetious about that. But, sometimes you get out of the military and some of the best traits stick with you,
Yeah, patriotism. You know what that is? Vote Trump, fatty, go to the gym.
That was like my boyfriend, he always made his bed, but sometimes he would get up in the morning and go downstairs and I would make the bed.
He apparently didn't know how to make a relationship.
Do you still eat really fast?
Do you have a successful life, Casey? How do you maintain relationships in your life?
By actually engaging and having discourse with the person.
Oh, wow. I can already tell you do not have an actual relationship in your life, because that is not the correct answer. Sorry, Casey. You lost. You're wrong.
Okay. It sounds like one of those bots on Pinterest.
Are those tears, or is that you laughing at the truth that you're pathetic? Yeah, giggle like you're some influencer worth $10 million living the life in some Manhattan condo while you suck some Federal Reserve executive's dick. I guarantee you're a fucking Stugatz living in some studio condo, probably barely getting by working at the Jiffy Lube as a cashier.
So why y'all keep getting this started? Like, why did y'all put stuff out there for him to say the shit that he say? Like, y'all just getting him riled up.
Like, why are y'all doing that?
I got a
This is
question.
exciting.
I got a question for you, Sandra.
What's up?
How does it feel to see somebody like Keisha Cole, right? She used to be an amazing woman. Any man would want Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole was gorgeous. And she could sing. Now she getting tattoos of niggas on her body.
Hey, what we're talking about? I'll tell you. Huncho's real name. But you know, think about Keisha. I mean, I knew about Keisha Cole way back when she was, before she even got labeled, she was rapping with Mess. You know, not rapping, but she was on Mess's hooks. You know, she, I don't know. From what I understand, she kind of been ran through a little bit into, but you know, I don't know why she did that dumb shit. I think it's pure out of desperation and trying to get a nigga that don't want to be kept.
I was wondering why nobody wanted Keisha though. I figured that's what it was. She been ran through.
I'm sorry, but this white man don't even know who Keisha Cole is. Can we speak English?
Being ran through though. I don't get it though. They be passing bitches around. I think everybody knew she had been ran through before she got real famous because nobody was trying to grab her when she got famous. You know, usually.
I mean, I didn't
Maybe
even
she extra clingy, like she got a nigga's name tattooed on her that's trying to grab her. Maybe she was on some clingy shit with the other niggas too. They was like, nah, I don't like that.
She hella clingy. I think she's doing everything.
She might have been fucking up their feng shui.
Can't by her. She gonna play the shit out of her. Continue, I should say, playing the shit out of her. I should say. How a nigga able to do you like that? You gonna get his name tatted? That nigga does. Fucking with me.
Who she fucking with? I thought she was fucking with damn, that was probably a long time ago. She fucking with the nigga named Hunchback. Huncho. Oh no,
So,
I don't know not one of his songs. It's crazy.
do you guys know the LGBTQ peace song that Tim Waltz did when he raped this 14-year-old boy 12 times?
No, it's not. Hey, hold on. He raped the 14-year-old boy?
Yep, 12 times. I was trying to read the letter until Cora censored me, as she usually does.
No, read that. No, read that.
Are you guys ready to actually ready to hear the truth about your future vice president and the terror that he did to this young child? And the letter that was written to the Department of Education where this kid was a student and the parents filed a complaint? No, Cora says it's Russian disinformation. It's a lie.
I posted links.
Yeah, go ahead, Cora. Post your fake news to MSNBC and CNN. I'll post the X link. You decide.
I only know when it goes at Cora though.
Does this fill up include a free car wash? Nope, not anymore.
We gotta start taming these women. Though. I think we gotta send these women to like Gordon schools on how to shut up and listen and take notes.
No, it's meditation. They're fake.
You know what I'm saying? Speak when spoken to, and
I don't care.
we need to redirection these women.
Like, I honestly care about you guys looking dumb or not. You know, like if you go around spreading misinformation that's obviously been debunked and is
Obviously.
Touted by people that claim to be intellectual, even though nobody on Trump's side has endorsed it. So I mean, and they're still using it. So I don't understand, you know. I mean, there's so much misinformation on the Democratic side that nobody fact checks.
Jamie Vance wrote the Thor report.
Bro, as long as it looks negative against Trump, they don't need to do no research. They don't need to do no research.
No fact checking at all.
Nothing.
And they give Biden all the excuses, right? But then they won't give Trump any excuses. Like, for example, when Biden gave a eulogy to the KKK grandmaster dude, whatever else, right? Whoever he was, KKK member dude, right? That was all good because he changed his life around, right? But then when Trump's father got caught at a rally, even though he wasn't even a part of the rally, he just happened to be a dude who was one of the people who got arrested at the rally, right? Was never a member of the KKK. You're blaming him for some shit that his dad did in the 20s.
Like, nigga, how can you blame Trump for something his father did, but then excuse Biden for something he personally did? That's how skewed the Democrats are.
Okay, so let's also look at Waltz was taking field trips with young children to China over and over again. This also just came out. Some of the students on the exchange trips were subjected to Waltz's sexual activity. This is another bombshell article that just came out. I can read to you some of these things. Do you want to hear the letter? Because the letter to me, it seems authentic and sincere. It would be difficult to create some of the references that I think, if this is misinformation, disinformation. But obviously, reading it makes it real, but
Yeah, but it's no need to try to force it.
Stuff can easily be gleaned from the New York Times article that talked about Tim Walz when he was being a faculty student advisor for the Gay Student Alliance in Nebraska.
oh God. So this guy is a pedophile. He is LGBTQP for sure.
Give me a sec. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
So, real quick, right? What I want to say is this. There was a lot of people, including the CIA, that said that Hunter Biden laptop was debunked and it was a Russian disinformation story. I don't believe none of your websites, Cora. Not saying that I believe that Tim Walz did that. I would like to wait for more evidence to see. But all of a sudden, within days, is debunked. To me, that reminds me of the Hunter Biden laptop.
Well, the thing is that you look at the post by the guy who's already been caught fabricating disinformation stories about the whistleblower that, he said that they got hit by a car and killed or whatever. And so he's already been caught fabricating stories once. He publishes stuff, and there's obvious mistakes in it. He's got inconsistent, you can tell that he was writing the emails and taking screenshots of it. And the dates are wrong, or missing commas that are badly formatted. So yeah, it's just.
So you have to be a good
Look at
speller
the links.
to write out a letter.
Look at the links. You can see how it's all just
So if I'm writing a personal letter, I have to be a good speller for you to believe that it's real.
I didn't say anything about spelling.
There's a bunch of errors. But Uncle, I've watched detailed documentaries back then of how the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation. There was like major conspiracy theories, even linking it to Russia, and they were showing how Trump is linked to it. Like literally, most of it was actually on Richard Maddow show. Come to think about it, yeah, that was on Richard Maddow. Same thing with at this stage in the game in America, I'm not putting child molestation past any of these fuckers in power. I'm not. I mean,
Sorry, Rocky.
life is good. Okay, then.
Oh, I was gonna say, and also I'm gonna check out the other website link that Cora put in there. But we know Mother Jones, did the research on them. They are a site and website known for its liberal views. So I wouldn't really use that. So I wouldn't really credit that as a credible source against a liberal leader or a liberal candidate, being that that's kind of a biased website to kind of.
You could say that they obviously are motivated to look into it because they are left leaning, but just because a site is biased doesn't mean that everything that they publish is not true.
No, I'm just saying to say that that's a credible source. I just wouldn't use that as a credible source to debunk something that makes a liberal candidate look bad. That's all I'm trying to say.
Well, they're mostly reporting on the people on Twitter that actually noticed all of the inconsistencies with the posts and everything.
I just wouldn't use that as a credible. I wouldn't use that as a credible debunker. Not them.
You know what I mean? Because I even watch a documentary on how Donald Trump assassination was actually Donald Trump doing that to get votes. Yeah. Like they debunked the assassination attempt. As a matter of fact, I think it was CNN that was saying that. see? That's why we don't believe. It's really hard for us to believe anything coming from any liberal thing. I'm not saying, like me, I'm a thinking person, so I'm not going to just believe that Tim Walz did that shit. Okay? It's election season, and people are always looking for an angle, right? If it ain't George Floyd, is a rape allegation, is one thing or another. Something to get the people emotional and get them to go where they got to go, right? We know this happens. But what I'm not going to do is let the same people that have been lying time and time again, these same liberal rags that constantly lie, Donna Brazile, even Hillary Clinton, the freaking questions. Are they cheated? What's his name? The guy that ran for president, I can't remember his name. Fucking idiot.
Against Obama? Oh.
Bernie Sanders. How they cheated Bernie Sanders, right?
And Bernie Sanders cheated his supporters on top of it.
I know. That's why I call him an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just a pushover, right? Because after they gut him, he goes and he endorses them.
I mean, it could very well be that it's not true. I would just like to kind of,
There's an 80% chance that Waltz did this. The guy. Do you guys not have gaydar? Am I the only one that has gaydar on this stage?
Yeah, I'm not saying that it is or isn't. What I'm just saying is, we don't have any substantial evidence either way.
Well, listen, the gossip. Okay, listen. The point is, in especially in 2024 with social media, in the court of social media justice, this is a huge problem for Waltz. That this is leaking now, and victims are coming forward because I'm sure there's more victims, and this is really like Purnell really called it with the Russian disinformation and the Biden Hunter Biden laptop, that this is being, in the same way that they defended Hunter, they're going to do the same thing with this. This is all fake. And Cora, your link, I just looked at it, and though not a terrible analysis of the letter, the source of the debunking, as Sandra said, is not a credible source. The real credible source is the mind virus that this disinformation creates. Now, technically speaking, and from an agnostic perspective, disinformation, misinformation, or propaganda, whether it's true or not, does not matter in the court of public opinion because this is a communication spam. So whether he's guilty or not guilty, it doesn't matter. It could impact, potential voters' voting decision. Because if you,
I don't disagree with that, but it's like, I mean, honestly, why would you want to base your voting decisions on something that's unsubstantiated?
Because a man that has gaydar,
been shown to be not credible.
A man that has gaydar and believes that homosexuals and pedophiles, there's a correlation, will not vote for a fucking pedophile.
Well, she probably wasn't going to anyway.
Well, listen, the fact of the matter is, pedophiles are real. The Diddy parties, they were sex trafficking in young children to perform fellatio. And
that has nothing to do with Tim.
Oh, it doesn't? Kamala Harris isn't connected to Diddy? In April of 2020, 1 month after the COVID-19 scamdemic broke, guess who held a town hall with Kamala Harris? Diddy, the organizer of a complicated blackmail sex trafficking ring. Okay, Cora, you are out of your element. You think you know what you know because you're an information addict like me, maybe, but you read biased sources.
I don't follow national politics.
Oh, good. Then you admit you're less informed than me. A guy who's sitting on his ass all day long reading the news.
Doesn't follow national politics, and it literally took me 2 minutes to find.
Great. You know how to Google search, and so do we. Yes, you can find information in 2 minutes. Great. To confirm your bias. Okay, Cora? Cora, listen. You have a green bean, and I don't even know why. Why I don't have a green bean? I don't know why.
No, I literally, all I looked up was Tim Walz allegations.
That's why you don't have a green bean, but
All I looked up was Tim Walz allegations. All I looked up was Tim Walz allegations, and the only stories that came up were those Hindustan Times, those Indian sites that are known for propagating disinformation, and the debunking stories. That's all that came up. No reputable news outlet is even going with this.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. No shit, Sherlock. Of course CNN and MSNBC isn't going to publish anything about this. Thanks for confirming the bias, Cora.
Ask a question real quick. What about his involvement in that Feeding Our Future Foundation with the kids during COVID? What about his involvement with that? With the probably of him doing
when he was governor of Minnesota?
Yeah, what was, what about that?
They're doing an audit to see if there was any misappropriation of funds. That's all.
But there was.
The result of the audit and actually happened.
Cordell.
Wait, they already determined there's been a
Cora
misuse of funds.
is a cloud.
They're getting to the bottom.
They did? I thought they were still auditing.
No, they actually confirmed that they spent this money on luxury vacations, cars, and all that. And now they're digging and investigating how she was able to pass through the way that it did. That's why he's under fire. The misuse of funds has already been confirmed, that they millions of dollars.
What are you talking about, Sandra?
You didn't hear about that? I did a room on it. I'm gonna put a link in the chat for you to read. But pretty much, there was and I might have it's Feeding Our Future. It's
no, I'm
future,
saying they did catch it in an audit. Okay.
So it's Feeding Our Future. I don't know the exact name of the foundation. I think it's Feeding Our Future Leaders.
Listen, Sandra, I got to interrupt you. Cora, take down that PTR. Take that racist PTR down, Cora.
Well, they had got funds that were supposed to be used to feed children during the pandemic, and they misused funds and spent the money on all types of shit for themselves. I mean, I'm talking about like, I think it was up in the high billions. You're talking about like $300-something million.
Well, they're very ethical people. Tim Walz is of the highest ethical caliber. He is the greatest character ever in an elected official. He's a combat veteran who went to Afghanistan. He's a patriot. He's not a scam artist. He's a very honest guy. We can trust him. He's not a pedophile. He's never sexually abused young children. He's a great human being, and we all know it in our heart of hearts. Can we not admit that he's a very ethical and moral man?
So, Sandra, I could have linked in the chat. That's the thing where maybe you have a different one. If it's different, then I would like to see the link.
Cora, how did Tim...
Now I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Tim Walz in Minnesota and all the stuff that they did during COVID.
There you go.
He's not unique for that. They all did it. Gavin Newsom did it.
And it was people at the state agencies. It wasn't him directly doing it, but there could have been better oversight. That is a legitimate criticism.
There can always be better oversight, and Cora knows how to provide proper oversight to everything.
Hold on, love. If you're in charge, and this is your office, and this is happening in your office, you're responsible. Okay. The same way when I try to tell people that Donald Trump delegated the COVID response to the governors like he was supposed to, because that is the protocol when you got a pandemic. They didn't want to hear that. Oh, he was the president. He fucked it up.
Oh, I didn't say that. I said that. John Health Department in the States.
Never said that you said that. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking in general, right? That's what Democrats say. They say that he jacked up the COVID response, and I'm like as if there was a response for them to compare it to.
I like people to work within like facts. Like even I'm an independent voter. Like in general, I usually vote on policy issues and like what I think is going to happen with budgets and things like that, and I pay attention to that. Programs I think should go into place. All of that. That's what I base it on. I don't care what party it's coming from. So I get really frustrated when people focus on these like
nobody that's listening to you right now believes any of that, and that whole
ideological things that don't
how you follow national politics. Nobody believes that.
And
well, that's fine. You can believe whatever you like.
That you put in the chat. That is the.
But I can tell by the way you talk that you do follow national politics. Every time somebody comes and says something, you always ready to debunk it. How do you always do the talking points if you don't follow? Like, come on now.
Because it takes me 2 seconds to look it up and investigate it. Like, it's not.
Nah. You be too quick on your feet.
The other thing is that it's election time, so yeah, I get a little more during this time, you know, but generally during, you know, non-election years, I focus on local stuff for myself, and then I only pay attention to certain departments for my work. That's all.
All I'm saying, everybody that has been around you, Sandra, Uncle, Stu, right? Everybody that's been there.
That nigga Rondo. Yeah, that nigga Rondo. That nigga Dad.
We do not believe that you do not follow national politics, not by the way you speak. Anybody that hear you speak for even 5 minutes know that you follow national politics. Okay? So for you to say that, I was shocked. I was like, really? Come on now. Who gonna believe that?
There's stuff that I absorb from being on the app, and sometimes I hear stuff that I'm like, what? That doesn't sound right, and I go look into it. But I'm literally not. My eyes aren't like stuck to news feeds every morning or anything like that. No.
My eyes are not stuck to news feeds every morning, right? I wake up in the morning and I don't really watch news, right? I go to work. Like I have a job, even though I'm retired. I also got a job. Most times I might watch a little bit of YouTube at the end of the day, you know, after I get done talking to you guys before I go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have my eyes glued, but I'm smart enough to research,
yeah,
right?
I don't watch stuff like that on YouTube.
Your research, right? For example,
I watch
right?
people building cabins on YouTube.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Did you read Judge Cannon's down in Florida from the what do you call it? This classified document case. Did you read all the stuff that she released?
No.
Why not? She's the judge presiding over the case. She showed all of the corruption that Jack Smith was doing and how, here's example, and this is from me reading it, right? Did you know that they already had the classified documents? They gave Donald Trump back the documents and then said he tried to steal it? The FBI already had the documents. Right? They gave it back to him. That's why Donald Trump assistants was flying the documents back to Mar-a-Lago, because they gave it back to him. It's all in the records right there. All you got to do is go and read the case. What did you say, Cindy?
I was saying check your IG.
All right. That's what I'm saying.
Like
When you
I'm not basing my voting decisions on stuff like that, you know. So I didn't look into it, and I don't, unless someone is like, you know, like you're doing right now.
Pernell, she's gonna Google what you're saying, and she's gonna debunk what you're saying in less than 2 minutes. There's no point in arguing or talking to Cora. She's a hardcore communist, socialist, Kamalist. I put the link in the chat if you want to view the Tim Waltz story. It's breaking on X. It's breaking on all the platforms. You can look at my PTR. You decide. Is Tim Waltz a goddamn pedophile, or is Cora just a fucking idiot?
Yeah, so you just linked to the Twitter account of the guy that's known for making shit up. Good job.
Same with you, you dumb fucking bitch.
Dang. I don't think all that's all for.
I know, but this is a safe space, so I can call a dumb fucking bitch a dumb fucking bitch.
I just like having conversations with people that don't like. I like having conversations with Cora because at least she gives some pushback. I don't
Hey, whoa. Ain't no B word being called.
Oh, really? Do you drop the N-word in your rooms? Are you voting for Kamala? This is the end of the fucking world. Let's call a dumb bitch a dumm bitch.
This is your warning, bro.
If you kick me from your room and I can never come in your room again, it'll be a blessing. Goodbye.
No bitches, no hoes, bro.
Ban me and kick me and free me from your stupid hypnotic powers.
That shit's unnecessary. Get your emotions under control.
John, there's this thing called self-control.
I have no self-control when I'm not a green bean like you, because you're an authoritarian dummy, and the fact that you don't respect my intelligence proves you're a fucking moron. You too, Uncle Ruckus. You're a fucking idiot too.
You a bitch first, feel free to call her a bitch back. But you didn't call you a bitch.
It doesn't matter. I think she's a bitch, and it's a freedom of speech thing. I'll say what the fuck I feel and what the fuck I want to say. It's a safe space. Listen, when you kick... There you go.
ruined the combo.
Bye.
Sorry about it.
Thank God.
But yeah, I try to do research. And I agree with him. For one, he was speaking sense today. I agree with everything he's saying. Yeah, he was saying a lot of stuff that was on point. I don't know. Cora must have pissed him off. A time they know each other. They know each other before us.
You still gotta keep your shit under control. Like,
Yeah, I'm at a room. He's
Okay,
been
fine.
Thrown out of, and I'm told to shoot on site. It's not my room; it's someone else's.
There you go. Shoot on sight. That's what fascists say. That's what fascists say. You're a fascist. You are what you say. You're a fascist.
Yeah, and so he's mad at me for honoring someone else's request.
Listen, I'll apologize and being a grown up for saying the B word. You know, you are not a B. You're actually a pretty nice person. But I will say I think you're stupid.
Now that is acceptable.
Listen, Cora. Wait. Let me just state one thing.
Let's go back to the topic. The topic was actually pretty good. Right? I love talking about politics, especially right now around election time.
Well, let me talk about the topic. This deals with intelligence services and pedophile honey traps and what that does for blackmail intelligence operatives that can actually run blackmail stings. This is...
Talking about.
I'm talking about the real world, Cora, not the fantasy world that you project.
No, that's not the real world.
Oh, really? War isn't real? Pedophiles aren't real? Central Intelligence Agency with $30 billion a month budgets aren't real? I'm a moron. I am stupid. The real world is what Cora says is the real world.
Well, you should definitely go and read all those papers that was released about that case, so that way you could understand the tyranny that is happening under your nose. Because what's happening is tyranny. Donald Trump is not a criminal, and he's not Al Capone. He's not a gangster. He ain't got no guns and goons around him. We have never seen Donald Trump like that, where he got a bunch of killers rolling with him and shit. But yeah, they got all these bogus cases that are falling apart. Even the property case, the overvaluing his property case, is falling apart. And I debunked that case before the judges did it. There is no agency that could tell you what the value of your property is. It's whatever somebody's willing to pay for it. Same thing with the loan.
There are certified appraisers.
Listen, I can prove to all of you within 1 minute that Cora is a fascist and she supports war.
Hold on a minute. Let's talk about this. It doesn't matter if, and by the way, the bank did send out their appraisers, right? Appraiser could come to my property and they could tell me, hey, Mr. Purnell, your property is not worth the amount of money that you're asking for. And I could literally tell them, go fuck themselves. That is how much my property is. That is what I'm putting it up on the bank for. I've seen, when I was trying to buy a house here, I had to bid with the Californians that was coming across here. They kept on overbidding me.
So, commercial real estate is appraised differently. So there's like 3 different methodologies for appraising it. One is the cost to rebuild and the land value added together. The other is the market rate, which is set by capitalization rates, which vary, depending on how the market fluctuates. And those cap rates are based generally off of the actual value of the property, what you can get in revenue off of it, things like that.
Cora,
So
we
that's
get
how
it.
they
But
set
the
cap
point
rates.
is, there's a contrast here, and the fact is, just because the assessor's office says what the values...
Comps off of like properties sold in the
Yeah.
area. So
Okay, Cora, his point... Do you not understand Purnell's point? Oh, wow, she's a master. A masturbator.
I have a
And by the way, the appeals court agrees with me. So with everything that you've read so far, if you keep following the case, the appeal court is actually backing what I'm saying. That first of all, not only did the bank give Donald Trump the loan, right? The bank sent out their appraisers. The bank actually came and testified on Donald Trump's behalf, right? Right now, the prosecutors in New York are not even trying to fight the case anymore. Right now, they're actually asking the judge, the appellate court, to not sanction them for bringing a case like I think what they call it, like a mischievous case or
Prosecutorial misconduct.
Yes, prosecutorial misconduct. Because a case like that has never been brought.
No, Purnell. I have my master's degree, and you don't understand valuation theory. I have a master's degree. I'm going to talk down to you now and tell you how smart I am. Purnell, you don't know what you're talking about. This is Cora. I am complete.
No, I was just explaining to him how commercial real estate is appraised differently than residential.
Really? You mean to tell me that Cora, if I have a piece of artwork hanging on my wall and I go to sell it, and I think it's worth $1 million, but people are only offering me $200, what's the real value of the art hanging on my wall?
It's probably whatever the auction house actually estimates that it will go for.
I would hire you to work at the exit of my car wash drying cars, and that's about all I would trust you with, Cora.
Actually, to answer his question, it is whatever the art owner say it is. It doesn't matter if nobody buys it. If he say it's worth $1 million, then it's worth $1 million.
Except no insurance company will insure it for $1 million.
They will if you pay the premiums, Cora. Apparently you don't have a master's in insurance.
That's true right there, Cora.
My husband...
There's insurance that are insuring that
My husband was a museum preparator. He literally...
My husband that left me had PTSD. Tim Waltz is not a pedophile. It's disinformation.
So let me ask you another question. Let's say I say my art is worth $1 million. I'm freaking Hunter Biden. I'm selling art, right? I say my art is worth $1 million, and some Chinese billionaire, right, that used to have dealings with my father, decided to buy the art for $1 million. Is the art worth $1 million now?
Yeah.
Okay then. So the art is worth $1 million.
It's worth whatever somebody willing to pay for it.
Yeah, that's
It is a bogus case when they brought up against the bank is winning. I mean, this money got convicted of. Every bank, all the losses they lost, it's going to be winning all of those with its appeals, though. They've already said it. I mean, basically, they tried him in New York. It was a fucking kangaroo court. Everybody knew it. Everybody knows it. It was unconstitutional, half the shit they did. It was prosecutorial misconduct. Whole bunch of shit. The New York DAs and stuff, they had it out. It was all political.
There's no such thing as prosecutorial misconduct. Those are lies and misinformation. Prosecutors are always ethical and moral in all their decision making.
Claims about, so just saying.
Cora?
All that shit getting overturned, though.
Cora is not informed and she does not watch the news. She's not a subject matter expert on any of this stuff. She's not even interested in the news.
It's not the claims or the stories that's the concern. Is the fact that these are things that are happening. They're completely tyrannical, right? Very rarely do you see our government mobilize like this in many different states to go after an innocent person, right? And just make up stories. Just prosecute them for anything you can find. Make up shit, right? E.G. Carroll, Stormy Daniels, Hush Money, whatever. Just make up shit, right? But then I want you to understand so that way when you start doing your research, you do your research less biased. Because you speak a lot of research in this room.
I've already done my research. I already told you what I based my votes on. And it has nothing to do with all of this, like,
I never said anything about votes. I said research.
So that's not how.
Purnell, she doesn't care about the truth. She's a political partisan. She's a misinformationist, a disinformationist, propaganda. She spreads mainstream media lies on this app. That's what you do, Cora, and we're spreading the truth. And you don't like hearing the truth, so you don't respect people who are speaking. You don't like listening to the truth, so you just keep fucking talking. That's what you do. And now somebody's talking back against you and refuting your bullshit. And you don't like it, so you just keep fucking talking. Cora, you don't read the news. You just admitted it, but yet you seem to know everything about the fucking news. You see how this works? You're full of shit. I think you're stupid. You may be kind of nice or a professional person, and we know you have a master's degree in real estate evaluations. Wow, Cora, you're a fucking genius. Everything you say has got to be the truth.
It's a combined economics and urban studies degree.
Great. Economics. Is that a science, Cora?
It's a social science.
Oh, it's a science. See, you're so disagreeable, you can't even say, yes, it's a science. Can you tell us how inflation works, Cora? A social science. It's a science. You hear the word science in there? So, Cora, tell us how inflation works since you're such an academic. I bet you probably work for the fucking Federal Reserve.
Yeah, generally inflation happens because they print money.
Oh my God, is that Austrian economics? Is that Ludwig van Mises telling us the truth?
He does this too, though. I think
You have more currency circulating
I can't listen to it too long. He's
you
cooking
have
right
more
now. He's
currency
still talking
circulating in the market, and it devalues the currency. Therefore, the price of goods goes up.
Oh, and how does the Federal Reserve print money?
Bro, talking number boys, bro. We can't sit there and you doing this for like 30 minutes.
Okay, fine. Cora, the Federal Reserve prints the money because your Congress creates a budget, and that's why the Federal Reserve agrees to print the money, which causes inflation. It's not because of Treasury bonds and whatever mechanism you're describing. It's because Congress spends acts like the HEROES Act. Shut your mouth and listen. They spend the HEROES Act. They spend $1.5 trillion that we don't have. The inflation goes up because the Federal Reserve gives the money to BlackRock to buy debt, which is toxic. Through the Aladdin system. Aladdin. That's the name of the asset management platform that BlackRock controls. That's how the Federal Reserve uses mechanisms. I read about it in the Fortune Times or whatever not Fortune Times, the Times Telegraph or something. It was a private article. This is how financial transactions work and how inflation works. It is a banking monopoly. The banks control everything. You're born into debt. $500,000 in this country. We should be a $500,000 surplus per citizen. But instead, Democrats like you sell us out year after year with your bullshit. You're not a Democrat. You're a fucking Democrat.
I'm not a Democrat just because you say I'm a Democrat.
I'm not a Democrat either. You know, Cora, why don't you try to tell us something true? Give us one factual statement. Not an opinion, a factual statement. Tell us something true. I dare you. And I'll bet $100 you can't even do it.
Deficits tend to be reduced during Democratic administration.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I proved it again. I fucking proved it in one statement. You are stupid. She claims that deficits increase more under Republicans than they do under Democrats. Cora, let me ask you this: how many political parties have been in the White House as president? What 4 political parties have been in the White House? Since you know so much, tell us, what are the names of the 4 political parties in U.S. history that have been in the White House? I bet you don't know. Well, she's got 2 masters, one in economics.
I don't know if there was something like really early on before they, when it was like.
Yeah, it was early on. What was the name of the political party? Since you know so much, you're so smart.
It was some British bullshit like Whig and Tory or some shit.
Tory? No, sorry.
I know it was Whigs. It was the.
And what's the 4th then? Do you even know what that part? Do you even know what the Whigs did, which was different from Democrats and Republicans? I bet you don't.
Nah, but that's way too far back. I don't think I know that one.
My point is.
Studied that since I was a sophomore.
I know you're such an academic, Corey. Your parents raised you so good, gave you such incredible opportunities, but yet you still come on social audio chat apps and present yourself as being stupid. You don't know shit. Because the fact of the matter is, Cora, nobody knows everything, but you fucking talk as if you know. Shut the fuck up. Do you know you talk as if you fucking know everything? Do you know that? You talk to everybody as if you fucking know everything and the truth. You're a fucking loudmouth, dumb fucking idiot. You might be nice, but you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't claim to know everything.
What is your guys' beef here?
And I just provide information that
I just provide information. It takes me 2 minutes to look up the research. I know the truth, and this is misinformation. I debunk misinformation.
He's just mad because I throw him out of them.
He's just mad because I throw him out of rooms. No, I'm mad because you're stupid. You're stupid. Let's not go into the past, Cora. Let's keep it present. Let's stay now here. Let's be here now and just prove how stupid you are. Okay, the fourth party that ran the government was known as the Federalists. My name is Love, Cora. My name is Love.
Nothing you do bothers me.
I know, and I know that I'm gonna forget all this, and you are the essentially the goat, which I am putting all my rage onto. So I want to let you know that I am sorry for putting all my anger onto you, because you are not responsible for the way that this government is running this country. You are just a byproduct of this government. You are essentially just a stupid lemon minion troll obeying every word that comes out of these liars' fucking mouths, and you expect us to believe the fucking lies too. We do not believe the lies. We question authority and we think for ourselves. You're stupid.
Take a break, buddy. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he might have a shrine in his garage for it. But I say this. When it comes to researching, you have to do some real research. Try to counteract people, right? With your so-called research, right? You do try to counteract people with your research, right? Because you've done it to me and you've done it to everybody else. But I've been researching it for a minute now, so I've been following the story intricately. I'm listening to everything everybody is saying. I'm looking at all the interviews, right? If there's a clip from inside of the court, I'm listening to it. If they release a transcript, I'm reading the transcript, right? I follow the whole thing. That's why I can tell you all the intricate details of the case, right?
But that's the thing, Cornell, is I keep telling you, I don't base my votes on these like media campaigns. Or
who's talking about your vote? Nobody's talking about your vote. We're talking about you.
What are you trying to convince me?
I don't know why you keep going back to votes. You always
trying to convince me
with your research. But your research.
Yeah, Cora, we don't come here to try to convince undecided voters like you, Cora. We know how stupid you are and how the fuck you're gonna vote.
Any claims about Donald Trump's guilt or innocence? Like,
We're not making claims to try to prove to you our claims. We're trying to prove you're stupid. By exposing you, by letting you talk. Everything you say is just a repetition from a fucking echo chamber known as the Democrat mainstream media. Oh, you can't speak English anymore. Okay, never mind. I'm talking to a fucking wall.
I haven't actually said anything other than providing information about how that one particular claim is not credible. That's all. That's the only thing I've done, John.
I've never once heard you come on and debunk a Democrat story. Whenever a Democrat come with their crazy ass story, you actually try to agree with them and try to support it.
She's a Democrat.
That's exactly what Cora does.
She is the Democrat. That's what you understand their party.
Well, that's usually what I see. People that say they're undecided or they're independent or they don't know.
Independent, undecided, that means Democrats. Democrats are like.
Then they'll say they're not a party, but then they'll argue like me. You know, I say I'm Registered Peace and Freedom Party. I can see things on both sides, right? But, you know, I just really don't see anything good on the Democrats. I don't. If it was, I mean, I definitely would say. I think I have been caught in a couple of. I just can't think of it right now. But, you know, it's like when someone says they're not and they don't care. Well, I do care when it comes to politics, and when people say they don't care, but then they will debunk and argue points, it kind of does seem like you do have a care.
No, Cora has no dog in the bone. She doesn't care. She doesn't look at the news. She doesn't wake up and look at the news. She has her coffee. She reads a book on poetry and philosophy. She's an educated woman with a master's degree.
I like what you're saying, dog.
Well, would you rather me just talk like Cora? I can talk a lot slower like Cora. If you want me to change my voice, I can talk slow like Cora. I can talk slow.
Once again, I don't base my votes on these sort of media and character assessment type issues, right? I look at actual policy platforms because it affects my work.
Let's talk about the policies then.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the policies.
We're talking about you on Clubhouse contradicting people and telling people what they're saying. You come with your research, right? You say you research stuff.
Cora gets roasted.
This is not true because this, that, and the other, and this and this and this, and this is really the reason why this and this and this and this. And a lot of it is politics and is Democrat talking points. So I don't know.
Cora gets ripped.
With your work. E.J. Carroll ain't got nothing to do with your work. That is completely political. But you know though, but you always there to defend the freaking tyranny that
wasn't me.
Like you know what I'm saying? Even when I spoke about
conflating me with other people, like it's weird.
You keep trying to cut me off, I don't know why. But when I spoke about Bill Clinton and him in the Oval Office, what did you do? Did you agree with me? No, you try to debunk it and say, oh, like Monica Lewinsky, she knew what she was doing. I'm like, you are literally.
I actually listened to Monica Lewinsky speak. She like lives in the town that I live in, Cornell.
Oh my God, she lives in the town you live in? That's amazing. That must make you a subject matter expert on Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton's activities in the White House, Cora. Do you know how to listen to people, or do you just talk over people all the time? I'll talk over you in the way you talk over other people, no problem. That's right, you're getting roasted, Cora, night after night. Maybe you should learn something about the way you talk, the way you speak. Yeah, I'll just talk over you too. Let's have a conversation at the same time. I got no problem talking. As you talk, I'll just keep talking, no problem.
That damn voice. I mean, I know Uncle Brooks done said something.
Oh, I forgot. I'll talk monotone and very slowly if my voice upsets you.
Listen, smart ass. Listen, I ain't Cora, okay? Now let's get something right. What I'm telling you is that damn voice. Everybody here knows who your ass is.
Well, I gotta go to the gym anyway, so maybe I'm trying to get kicked. Sorry.
Listen, you ain't gotta be a smart ass, alright? All I'm saying is use your regular voice, talk like a human. Everybody knows what you sound like. You know you're a troll.
I understand. I'll try to use my normal voice. But Cora makes me very angry. Cora's a triggering woman. She says all these lies. She spreads misinformation, disinformation. I got no choice but to try to fight back against Cora and all the liars. Tim Waltz is a pedo. I'm trying to read the news, and Cora's just a misinformationist.
Cora, you gotta be real with people. You're a Democrat. You support.
I'm not a Democrat.
Right? We could tell by the way that you're constantly agreeing with Democrats and always trying to debunk what Republicans or conservatives say, right? Like I know exactly when you're about to come off the mic. I know exactly when you're about to come off the mic.
This has been fun.
Like, as soon as I hear somebody say something, I'm like, oh, Cora about to come and try to debunk it. Why